recap, and then yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, I have to cut large portions of the session out because Jess and Dustin are going to be here. But you know what? That just means that there's going to be more time for you guys to roleplay, right? Right,
Oh
Michael?
boy!
Yeah.
I said I'm so excited.
Okay. So the latest edition from Lord Uptune has been released. This one is called Echoes of the Past. My dearest readers, oh, what a night of raucous revelry and utter disarray we were treated to at Vapor's finest affair, the Aurora Ball. From royal swooning to raccoons run amok, this soiree offered us all the high drama and low mishaps one could ever dream of. But fear not, for I, your local chronicler of chaos, am here to sift through the scandal and regale you with the most scrumptious details. Let us begin, shall we? First on our list is the ever melodramatic Ezrius. My, how he shone last night. Not, I must clarify, in the metaphorical sense, but more in the center of an impromptu slapstick routine kind of way. For reasons known only to him, or perhaps a cosmic alignment of poor judgment, Ezrius scaled the ballroom piano, yes, on top of it, and performed what can only be described as a one-man show of public humiliation. Predictably, this endeavor ended as these things often do, with a swift retreat to the night garden, tail tucked between his legs. There he found solace in the presence of his friend, Bree Brookleaf, and made the most astounding revelation. No, not of his eternal love for her, though that would be much less surprising, but that his entire act of foolery had been meticulously planned. A bold strategy, one must admit, to act the fool on purpose. One wonders if this is some new avant-garde performance art. Nevertheless, our radiant terraformer, Aurora Fairchild, was having none of it, and dragged him back to the ball like a gardener yanking up a weed that just refuses to stay buried. Speaking of bold strategies, Violet Moontail, ever the alchemical enchantress, was hard at work concocting her latest love potion, with none other than King Lero as the unsuspecting recipient. How she convinced Dargila to assist her in administering said potion to the king remains a mystery only they can solve. But what followed was an alchemical explosion of emotions. Well, emotions and perspiration, it seems. Poor Lero, once infatuated, quickly began to experience the potion's rather moist side effects, shaking like a leaf in a tempest. Was it love or simply the world's most intense case of nerves? Regardless, this elixir leaves more than just hearts racing, and perhaps a new line in Violet's perfume business, Odie's Sweaty Sovereign. Meanwhile, Nova, ever the star of any gathering, found herself wrapped up in a far more cerebral competition, facing off against Charlotte and two rather unfortunate men in a game of wits. And can you believe it, dear readers? Nova emerged victorious, leaving her opponents looking more befuddled than bedazzled. One must wonder if her invisible Lunamoth, yes, invisible, offered a few whispered hints along the way, or perhaps this was just one of those occasions where brains and beauty triumphed over sheer buffoonery. Now, dear reader, prepare yourself for what I can only describe as the most unexpected addition to this evening's guest list, a raccoon. Yes, you read that correctly. Our dear Alton Omaha, after collapsing from what we later discovered to be poisoning, woke to find himself not only revived by the ever-capable Dargila, but also in the company of a fur-covered assailant. The raccoon, whose origins remain as murky as its intentions, quickly set its sights on Dargila, prompting Mesberina to cast invisibility on her to prevent further critter-related calamities. And poor Alton, though no lover of animals and visibly terrified, he found himself shoving the creature under his shirt in a misguided attempt to maintain some semblance of composure. Truly, who among us has not had an evening where we end up smuggling wildlife beneath our formal wear? No? Just Alton, then. And as if the evening couldn't get any stranger, Alton, freshly raccoon-burdened, shared his frustrations about the hazing that left him poisoned and exposed. Teaming up with Mesberina, the two began to search for clues as to who was responsible for his ordeal. determined to uncover the villain behind it all. Their investigation uncovered only a few scattered ink stains. A clue or merely a mess? Time will tell. While all this unfolded, Ezrius, because one embarrassing moment per evening clearly wasn't enough, found himself seated by a fountain, struck by a vision of an approaching planet accompanied by a great crying noise. Yes, readers, a crying planet. Upon waking, he rushed to speak with his sister Luna, the family clairvoyant, or so they claim, only to find that she too had seen this planetary vision. Together, they decided to consult with the Herald of the Galair to find out what the celestial trouble was brewing. How perfectly cosmic. As the group returned to the ballroom, they found that poor King Lero, once again at the center of attention, this time lay unconscious on the floor, following his perspiration episode. He was quickly whisked off to Alton's room to recover. But wait, who should follow the ever dutiful Charlotte and the ever curious Nova, both drawn by concerns over Lero's health, and in Nova's case, the inexplicably invisible moth that had aligned on Lero's face. No doubt the poor king awoke with both a headache and a very odd imprint on his cheek. Upon recovering from this latest calamity, Lero made a valiant attempt to address the gathered crowd with a short speech, only to be interrupted by the notorious astral cartographer Cyrus Stellaris. Cyrus, a man whose predictions are as unreliable as they are dramatic, declared that an astral body was heading straight for Faerun and would make contact in 3 months. Sergeant Jamie Frakes, ever the skeptic, publicly reminded everyone of Cyrus's dubious track record. Alton, in true spectacle fashion, loudly rebuked Jamie in front of the entire Vaporeon record. To be threatened with vengeance. Not against himself, mind you, but against his family. A bold move from Sergeant Frakes. One hopes Alton's pet raccoon is prepared to defend the Lyander household. Vakosh took the opportunity to leave the ball with Cyrus. Was this in a heroic attempt to renew the old fool's reputation, or was he trying to prevent a riot? After such a dramatic interruption, the ball wound down because, frankly, how could it not? Lero hastily wrapped up the festivities. Cecil Talbot was chosen as the Sibyl for the Astral Conclave, where he will commune with none other than Celestian. Dargila, meanwhile, was declared the Elysian princess, much to her surprise, no doubt, and Ezrius, in the absence of Vakosh, was proclaimed Elysian prince. One imagines his piano-climbing antics will now be considered royal decrees. With the ball at an end, the night took its final bow. Nova, never one to miss an opportunity, trailed after Lero, Charlotte, and Cecil on their way to the conclave, while Ezrius, playing the dutiful gentleman gardener, escorted the inebriated Dargila home, though his chivalry felt more like a well-pruned cover for his own tangled roots. Meanwhile, Mesberina and Alton remained behind to continue their investigation into the hazing incident. A few drops of ink may yet lead them to a culprit. And thus, dear readers, our tale of raccoons, royal sweat, and celestial omens draws to a close. Until next time, may your nights be scandalous and your parties ever unpredictable. Yours eternally, Lord Uptune. Oh, there's gonna be garden metaphors.
I feel like this is the first Lord Uptune release that didn't make Alton a incel. Yeah, they didn't mention him being like a super virgin. I can appreciate that.
That's true.
Oh look, I'm now live on my YouTube channel. That's crazy.
Woohoo.
No, Michael, we're in trouble now.
All right. So.
Oh fuck! Our one video.
Let me make sure this isn't too loud here. Okay, so we're going to start off, obviously, with Ezrius and Dargila as they're heading back to her place. So, although the Aurora Ball is winding down, you can still see in the streets there are bits of enchantment in the air, decorations, lights, and small amounts of music still remain, and these are sort of slowly dying out. So the night air, it's cooler than you imagined, Ezra's. Almost, it's near the beginning of spring, so it still is carrying a little bit of remnants of winter, and you are guiding Dargila. She's barely conscious. She's swaying drunkenly through the narrow streets of the Elysian Ridge District. You are close to the edge of the Elysian Ridge District, and you're aware that you are heading towards the Scholars' Quarter.
Yeah, we are. But I'm okay. I'm wearing a lot of clothes. And you know this alcohol that I drank is helping a lot too. I mean, it's probably not, but it feels like it is. How about you? Um, my house is just to the left, and then a little more, and then to the right. At least I think so. This all looks the same. Let's just walk around until we see it. I mean, I just moved in. I haven't really memorized where it is yet, so I'll know it when I see it.
And then just kind of I start wandering off. I get distracted by this thing right in the middle and completely lose everything that I was thinking about.
Well, hey, that's cool. It's I've never seen that before.
Then I just start walking toward it.
You said something about where my house is? I know it's around here somewhere. I have a little bit. I'm feeling a lot better than I was. No, I've got no idea. Is that like some kind of fountain or something? A magic fountain? Oh, that's awesome. Do you have to throw money at it? Oh, okay.
And
Oh, that's
Ezra's,
awesome.
as you're looking at this fountain, you'll see that it's like the vines that are coming out of it, like it's way more dense looking than you've ever seen it, because I would assume this is an area you probably would visit fairly often, right? Are you familiar with this wishing well? Mm-hmm. You're right. So usually there's a few vines and plants coming out of it, but today you're not sure why. Like the entire wishing well is like it's like domed by like a nesting of vines. It's like way thicker than usual. If you want to throw a coin in there, it's going to be hard to you like find a place to jam your hand in, or a seed. A seed, I mean, my bad. My bad.
It certainly has a lot of growth. Have there been a lot of people that have been wishing lately? How can all of these people's wishes be granted? I mean, that has to come from a lot of seeds. Not everybody can have their wish fulfilled. Or maybe they can, I don't know. Huh. Well, that's cool. I don't have any seeds right now, but I'll be sure to come back. And now that I think of it, I think my house is right up here. It's to the left, and then I think it's that one right there. I can't remember exactly. I mean, I have sobered up a little bit, but I'm still a little bit out of it. So it looks like my house. Let's see if there's anybody home. Yeah, let's give it a try.
Is this up here? So I knock on the door.
Hello, is there anybody home? I think I've got roommates, but I don't remember.
So, you stand around for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. You don't hear anything. The house is completely dark. Inside, nothing. No response.
Well, let's try to get the door open. What do you think? Well, I mean, these houses all kind of look the same, but I'm pretty sure this is my house. Oh, yeah, that's right, I do! You're so smart. All right. Oh, my guy, I can't get the key to go in the door. Can you help me?
Ardila, what are you doing right now? Are you
Usually
like...
I can get it to go in just fine, but I've been drinking a little bit, and I don't have the dexterity I usually do.
Can you describe what Ezra sees when he's looking at you, trying to get this key in the lock, Dardila? No, like,
I'm just,
can Dardila
I
describe?
took it out of my pocket, and I just tried to. I think that's either the keyhole or something else. It's kind of hard to see because I'm still kind of seeing two of them. So I kind of aim for the middle of it, and it's just not working. Can you help me get it in? Oh, that helps so much. Thank you.
And then
That worked really well. I feel great. Where did you learn to play like that?
And what ability are you enhancing?
Oh, that's awesome.
Exactly?
Oh, there it goes. It fits just fine now. Thank you.
Okay. So, I would figure, Dardila, you do manage to get the key in the keyhole. But as you turn that key, that lock ain't turning.
Oh man. I could have sworn this is my house. Let's keep looking. I mean, they all look the same, but oh man. Where I live, we don't have locks like this. I haven't quite figured it out yet. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Could you lead me there? I'm still trying to learn this city.
You mean the Grand Ballroom? Or you're in the Ridge District, like the Elysian Ridge District. You're the very end of it, so to get to the Night Garden, you'd have to travel throughout the pretty much entire Elysian Ridge District across a bridge toward the Sky Palace, and that's where the Night Garden is.
That sounds like a long walk. I
It
could
is a
just sleep
long
under
walk.
one of these. Trees. About 145, I think. I could ride piggyback on you. I don't mind. Or what we could also do, if you're brave enough, I could give you the key and we could try each one of these stores as they come along. I mean, if you're okay with that. And if not, I'll just come with you. I'm about ready to sleep anywhere, to be honest. Alright, if you do figure it out, I'll try to make a mental note so I can remember next time. I mean, I know I'm kind of at a disadvantage right now, and being new to the city and being slightly drunk, but I'll try to remember it next time.
You see, she just sort of like passed out for a second.
In my first party, is it still going? Yeah, it was my first party. It was fun. Did I tell you about the guy that I healed? Really? That's crazy. Alright. Well, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. Well, are you physically walking, or are you just looking around? Okay. No. As you get, let's say, about here, you can see two figures approaching you. One of these figures is a little bit shorter, a little bit more stocky, and he's sporting the characteristic perked ears of the Fenral race. And he has, as you can see in the shadows, brown hair, and his eyes are sort of like glowing yellow. The other one is taller, like more willowy looking, and he's human, and he has golden hair. And you can see that they're wearing cloaks. Okay. So they're gonna approach you, and if you look at their cloaks, you should be pretty familiar with their position. Do you want to even bother to look? Or shall I not describe? It's up to you. Okay. It's kind of like if you were to just be walking around at night and you see two police officers approaching you. It's pretty obvious that these two are moon wardens. And they're like the street police of Vapor. And this one here is going to walk up to you and he's gonna talk to you. You're the Stone Seraph, right? What, are you trying to break into people's houses? We've been watching you for a while. This one, over here, Thorn, he knows Dargila. That's not where she lives. What are you doing? This one walks up and kind of looks over at Dargila. And what's wrong with her? Dargila, are you alright? And Dargila,
My
you're gonna
name's Lost, and I'm Dargila.
Like, even in your drunkenness, Dargila, you recognize this guy because he's your twin flame. He's your bestie. Thorn Shadestar. He's a Fenral. And you two met very shortly after you came to Vapor. So, when you two met, he was injured. You took him in and you tended to him, and you both kind of bonded over being outsiders, and you have the same sort of weird sense of humor, so... But yeah, so he's...
Thorn, is that you?
Yeah, Dojila, what's wrong? He's gonna look over at you.
Lost, I don't know where I can go to get to my house. Could you help me find my house?
Did you drug her?
No, I drugged myself. It was a lot of drinks.
Well, the thing is, this one here, the guy, he's not allowed to leave the district. He can't leave the ridge. So,
Why's
where
that?
does she live? You're awfully close to the dampening portals. And he points over in this direction at these portals, or at least these like columns that are like emitting like a purpley light, and they're kind of like pulsing. Well, you know, we were watching from the shadows, and it looked like you were trying to break into someone's house. So, we figured, hey, Stone Seraph pretty close to the boundaries, trying to do a little breaking and entering, might as well involve ourselves. That's right, you're not allowed, and yet, here you are. So, we'll help her find her way home, but might have other problems. And, before you can say anything, Azarius, you see another figure coming out of the shadows. Someone you recognize. It's Bushman! No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's favorite. Actually, it's Aurora Fairchild.
Starts
If
deep
you
dancing
remember-
everybody.
If you remember, this is the person who's in charge of the Night Garden. The one who... Yes, okay, good, you remember, cool. So, you can see, like, her dark hair is, like, catching in the moonlight. And... Hey, Azarius. Well, honestly, you shouldn't even be here. You know the rules.
He's helping me. He's a nice man.
Like, she doesn't even quite even hear what you're saying, and she looks at this guy, and she says, Uriel Balfour? I wasn't aware you returned to Vapor. Uriel is going to turn to Aurora, and he's gonna smile, but it's not really reaching his eyes. I've only just arrived tonight. I thought it would be best to resume my duties rather than attend the ball and introduce myself. Well, either way, the Aurora Ball is important. You should have been there. Some things are more important than a ball. He looks back at you, Ezreus, and then back at Aurora, like making sure our wards are where they belong. Ezreus, huh? He reaches his hand out to you, like he's gonna try to shake it. It's a pleasure. You shake his hand, Ezreus. Yeah. Yeah, do you shake Uriel's hand? So, as you shake Uriel's hand, there's something in his face, something in his tone that's making you feel uneasy. He's looking at you in a way that he knows something, or he's trying to recall something. You look familiar, he says. Have we met before? I know I'm aware of what it says on my tracking device, but your face, I feel like we've met. Even from behind the mask. Well, Ezreus, you know around here it's all night shift. They don't call me a moon warden for nothing. Everything... What do you mean? While back, and then I left for a while, and now I'm back. So, I've been the Moon Warden for quite a while. Took a vacation. Well, anyway, Ezreus, speaking of remembering, Aurora's gonna step forward, and she's gonna pull a small vial from her cloak. If you look at it, the liquid inside is sort of glowing, illuminated in like this still floating pieces of magical enchantment around you. You know those potions that Cyrus has been working on? You forgot to take one tonight. The ones that you and he have been working on to help you with your memories? I brought it for you. Cyrus said this was the only one. That's one of the reasons I followed you here. It's because he had to go off with Vekosh, or whatever his name is, and he was going to give it to you, but all that calamity happened, so... Here. He's going to hand it to you. Of course, you don't have to take it now, but I figured I'd get it to you.
Can I have one too?
Uriel's gonna lean toward you, and he's gonna say something very softly to you. Be careful what you take. Some memories are best left forgotten. And he's gonna lean back and sort of look over his shoulder at Aurora. But you're just going to leave the Lizard Maiden? Well, I have one thing better, perhaps. Uriel's gonna walk over to Dargila, and he's going to touch Dargila's forehead, and you're gonna see like a little impulse of light, like a poof. And it's going to start out on your forehead, and it's just gonna like spread out around you in like an aura of blue light. And Dargila, you find that you're clear-headed. You feel normal.
Oh man, I feel way better. What'd you do?
Yeah, it's a skill I've picked up in my travels.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Of course.
I still can't remember where I live though. Do you have any idea? Can anybody help me out? I feel better, but not 100% better. I'm still kind of confused.
Well, considering what's going on tonight, perhaps Uriel's gonna look at you, Dargila, and then he's gonna look back at Azrius. It might be better to wait to go home.
Why's that?
Well,
Are there bad men out?
not while I'm around, or while Thorn is around. Thorn's gonna smile at you. You know I'd never let them hurt you, Dargila. You know. But you might as well just listen
Yeah,
to
of
what
course.
I have to say. Not that you are aware of. Well, my recommendation for you two, obviously, you can do what you want. Dargila can anyway. Ezra's. You would have to stay here, but my recommendation is that you head back to the Grand Ballroom.
That's gonna be a long walk, though.
Ezra's, you know it's not that long of a walk. Dargila doesn't know where the heck she is.
Well, I'm sure one of these men know. I mean, I thought I did too, but I can't remember right now. It's very dark and I'm very confused. I don't know how I got here.
Thorn. Oh yeah, and he's a fenral too, so he had doggy ears and human ears.
And he's
Well-
mean.
Dargila, if you
He's
want me
mean
to
to my
take you
character.
home, I would do that for you, sure.
Yeah, I would much appreciate that. I mean, obviously, I'm not having much luck finding out where I live or remembering. So, yeah, if you could lead on, that would be great.
All right. Yeah, like they're only freaking
That
out
would be
about
me.
Hogwarts.
I would be like freaking out if these people were outside my house.
Nicole,
Like your
Nicole would be
kid
like,
toddler.
Alex, you think they're gonna break in?
I mean, like, are those our neighbors freaking out about?
I'm sorry. I really thought I lived here.
So, Thorn Shadestar Dargula, he picks you up as if you are just like you weigh nothing, and he's like he has you cradled in his arms. Let's get you home then. Don't worry, I know the way.
Oh, you're such a big, strong man. You can take me anywhere you.
Is he carrying her like a baby?
Yeah, yeah, like in his arms, like.
Yeah.
Like here, let me get you a stock photo of what the two look like right now. Here's your stock photo.
Yes, that's what I'm picturing.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Where's that guy's other arm that's holding that girl? In that stock photo.
That shit gets me so much, dude. It's so funny.
Okay, so Thorn is carrying Dargila off. Now I can't believe you forgot where you live, Dargila. I mean, you were the one who invited me in the first time, so. And then they're gonna walk off and beyond the
Oh, everything
boundaries.
looks the same.
Well, it does in the ridge. If you get down to the Scholar's Quarters, things start looking a little bit more familiar. I'm sure you'll notice. So, walk in.
We're going into the white area.
Don't worry about the white area. Going off map, baby.
Oh, I get it now too. Into the fog, the mist, the clouds. Whatever the white area is.
So Uriel, as you all watch the man wolf and the lizard lady walk off, Uriel is going to take a step closer to you again, Ezreus. And he's going to say, you need to be careful, Ezreus. The past has a way of catching up with those who can't remember it. And he's going to take your hand, and you can feel him pressing a piece of paper into it to accept the paper. Alright, and then he lets his arm go slack.
Box for maybe, box for think about it and get back to me? just so desperate.
Of course. And when we do see each other again, I hope you'll consider my advice. And he's going to look hard at Aurora and sort of do like a little salute and walk off. What are you talking about? Well, hold on, because Gary's yelling.
Michael's just trying to slide that little bit in there. Remember, you know that spell kinetic jaunt that you have? Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, so Alton needs to like rob a really rich dude of their super powerful dexterity armor, because if a cold wind flies by Alton too much, it's going to hit him.
On your long way back, Aurora's gonna mention to you a few things. You're sort of walking side by side violently for a bit. Ezra's, don't let Uriel get into your head. And he has his own way of seeing things. Even before he left, I could sense some kind of change, but now he seems wholly different. Almost mad. You don't need to dwell on it. I mean, on him, I mean. What do you mean by that? I suppose so. But just know that I'm here for you, Cyrus is here for you, Luna as well. Solomon, you don't have to do this alone. We're gonna find the answers you're looking for, but you have to trust the process. Those potions that you've been taking, you've been working on, they're designed to help you remember what's real and to figure out where you go when you turn into stone. I mean, because you do go somewhere, right? But do you really leave? Alright, well, what's your plan? You going back to the Night Garden? Okay. Just remember, the clock's ticking. You need to be back before morning. Well before morning. Okay. Well, we trusted you with attending the ball and things didn't go too horribly, so I guess we can trust you with this investigation. Investigation, right, you said? Who you helping out again? Well, let me know if you need anything. You know I'm always here. And she kind of like makes an indication toward your ankle bracelet. So she points at it. Yes. Those are thoughts that you could have. Okay. Azarius will remember this. Alright, so you're heading back to the ballroom, right? Okay, cool. Let me make sure it's all set up. Okay, sweet, I did clear it out. my gosh, Tom Barrett.
I could hear
I
that.
hear
God.
one more fucking
Oh.
Barrett commercial, I swear to God. If
I
Tom
hear that
Barrett
in my
ain't in the
sleep,
office,
literally.
abortions, take him off the table.
I hear it in my sleep.
Dude, honestly, every time I hear it, I'm just like... he Never, I'm not gonna say that on stream. Michael, we're on the same page. We're on the same page.
Okay,
We're
so
syncing.
Harry, can you turn that down, please?
So can I interject real fast?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, do you want to? If you want to have a little scene with you and Thorn, that would be perfect because Michael just walked away.
I just have one question for him.
So, while you're taking me home, I mean that guy Ezrius, you mentioned that there's certain areas that he can't go.
Yeah.
Does that have anything to do with that little bracelet on his ankle? And why is that on there?
My goodness.
Do you know?
Are you trying to join the Moon Wardens? You're really putting the two together. Yeah, it does. He's the Stone Seraph. That means he's not allowed to leave the Elysian Ridge district. And if he does, Packer will set off one of those dampener things and we'll know exactly where he is. But I mean, and he reaches inside of his cloak and he pulls out a little handheld device. You know, like that thing from Alien with like the sonar tracker, and you can see like a boop boop boop, like a light up. Yeah, when they're tracking the alien.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. I mean, we can see where he is all the time anyway.
Is that because he's bad? I mean, he seems like a nice man to me. Why does everybody want to track him?
It's not that he's bad. In fact, he's probably really good. Too good. And too important not to track. He's the Stone Seraph, which means he's the son of Celestian.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
He's
Well,
literally, yeah, the son of a god.
well, I guess if you always know where he is, that's good. If you ever need him, if you ever need to call on him, I had no idea. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really uncommon knowledge, but I know we're both new here.
Yeah, I still haven't quite figured out the city yet, and I don't even know everybody's names, so it's all kind of really overwhelming sometimes. But thank you for explaining.
No problem, Daw. And he smiles at you. Anyway. Your apartment should be just up here. And you are going through the scholars' quarters, and your apartment is beyond this door here. As you can see, like, it starts looking a little bit different around here. I never really liked the Elysian Ridge district. It's a little bit too posh for me. So, anyway, and he'll set you down in front of your door. You got your keys.
All right, let's try this again.
And then I try the key and it goes in and turns the first time. Like,
Oh wow, I had a lot more luck with this. Thanks for giving me a little bit of help. I kind of got lost there for a second. This whole city's like a labyrinth of concrete and stone. It's overwhelming sometimes. So thank you very much for helping me out. I know it could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, Dara,
Yes?
are you gonna be alright for the hunt tomorrow? Tomorrow night, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already feeling a lot better than I did. I think a good night's sleep should get me right where I need to be.
Just so you know, it's really dangerous. It's gonna be a good thing to, if you're able to pick your team. Some years you are, and some years you're not. But if you can, pick a strong team. We don't really talk about it that much, but I see the statistics at the Moon Warden. A lot of people die. A lot. So.
Oh well, that's terrible. I'll I'll try to stay back. I usually like the support role a lot more, so I'll try to see if I can stay back and stay out of danger and see whom I can help out.
All right. Just be on the lookout, especially for traps.
Yeah, I'll be sure not to drink before I go out. Things don't usually end out too well when I do that, so I'll be sure to stay sober and I'll be as alert as I can.
You make sure you are. And you can see his gaze lingers over yours for a minute before he turns around. You have a good night, Gar.
You too, Thorn. Thank you again.
Of course. And you can see his little furry tail as he walks away down the street.
Cute.
Okay, so Ezrius, you're walking back to the ballroom, right? Any thoughts? Anything you do on your way there?
Generally, I mean, is it just
There's people out and about. From your time being here, you've been here for about 10 years. You're aware that Vapor has two sides. There's the side that's west of the Guardian Vale, which is the middle and upper class districts, which is the Skywalk district and the Elysian Ridge district. And then to the east of the Vale is where the lower class people live. Okay? In Squall's End. Squall's End, everybody exists during the day. It's called like the day side, right? To the west of the Guardian Vale, everything happens at night. So Vapor is split up into a day side, the day laborers, and then the night side. So pretty much everybody in the Skywalk district and in the Elysian Ridge district completely nocturnal. So, yes, it is busy.
I mean,
You do have a piece of paper in your hand, but if you don't want to look at that, that's fine. You can continue on.
oh yeah.
It's just saving it for later.
It's just getting all sweaty in your hand. So, you look at the note in your hand, and you see that it's written, like, hastily, so it's sort of hard to read. Well, it starts out like that. So it says, keep away from the Fairchild. House Lyander's the most trustworthy in my experience. And stop taking the memory potions. You might actually begin to remember. What are you gonna do with the note? You're gonna eat it? Okay. Anywho's, while all this is going on, we are going to quickly go to Alton and Mesberina back in ballroom. So,
The Inkscapade.
yes, you've started
Pretty good, actually. That's funny.
your little investigation. And as I remember from last session, you found a little bit of ink by the store. It's not that crazy, but you know it just we're just rolling with it. It's the best ink I can find.
And
Right.
is my sister gone at this point?
She left, yes.
Yep.
Because you warned her, and then she left to go talk to your brothers and
Yep.
parents.
My bullheaded, reckless brother.
Wait, which one?
Isn't that Gareth?
Gareth is more reckless, yes.
Yes.
Tobias is more of a nerd.
Yes.
hmm
How many are there?
I think I have 3 siblings of a 4.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 brothers and a sister. All right. So what are we doing here, guys? We found a little bit of ink by the door.
Now, Ms. Marina, just to clarify, this is just normal ink. I'm supposing this isn't magical in nature.
Oh no, it's just regular.
All right. Well, let us. What I'm gonna go ahead and uh, I'm gonna give a bardic inspiration to Ms. Marina. Uh, Next time you feel the need to really step up in whatever you might need to do, just know that will be supporting you in any way possible. And Alton kind of just puts his hand on her shoulders and whistles a tune. And you kind of feel this magical energy come over you.
Caw, caw.
Yeah. That's my tune that I whistle.
Bok, 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 bok.
It just literally like starts crowing like really loud in your face, like alarmingly loudly.
And I'm looking at him like, what the hell?
You know, I give a little tune and a whistle, and then let us move forward.
Yeah, let's go out here and open this door and see what else we
Let's
can
call
find.
here. Did you just say to me? That's fucking crazy.
What?
Did you say let's call here?
No.
God.
I said
So,
let's go out here and see what,
right.
or I don't know. Maybe I said walk. I don't know. Yeah,
Ms. Marina and Alton, we're going forward.
let's caca out here.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure that this map is good to go. So, you are going to walk through a corridor.
Oh, graph paper. Looked like high school math for a second.
Oh, graph paper. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of these maps. I try to get the ones without the grids on them, but hey.
I can't see it anymore, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you are walking down the hall, and you'll see this is very similar to the corridors you have encountered before. This whole sky palace, it's fairly like it's very much the same architecture throughout. Um, so you are following this ink trail. Can we go ahead and make an investigation to see if you can continue to follow it? See if you can see anything as you go in here. Oh my goodness! On the
Wow.
case.
Well, I believe I know where I'm headed, Ms. Marina.
I believe you too.
That's why you're leading.
Now,
Or you
Ms.
were.
Now you do not have to do this now, Ms. Marina, but just remember that you do have a bardic inspiration in your back pocket. Don't forget that someday you can use that and add an extra D6 to your next not your next roll, but a roll.
Any roll?
I believe I'm gonna double check it. It's once within the next 10 minutes. So Alex will kind of keep, or Lord Uptune will keep you in mind to whether or not you want to use that bardic inspiration. But for the next 10 minutes, you can do that.
Indubitably.
Okay, I don't think I need it
Indubitably.
in this situation.
No,
Because
no, no.
you're.
Just
Yeah, okay.
whenever you're ready, of course.
So let's see here. You can see, and I'll just kind of draw this out here. You can see a little ink spouch. Bloop bloop bloop. Bloop 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 bloop. Bloop 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 bloop
Ooh.
bloop 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 bloop. Leading that way. Bloop 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 bloop. Little tiny drippies. Going down the hall.
Wow, Alton, do you see that? We have a
I
clear path.
I believe I do. Go ahead, Mesmer. You take the lead. I will be right next to you, of course.
All right, let's go.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-boo.
I don't know if I'm supposed to move myself
No,
or not.
please do.
Okay.
Yes. Whenever you feel the want to move yourself
Okay.
all over the place, please. I've been trying to focus more on like battle maps so people can have a little bit more interactivity and stuff. So yeah, you walk down the corridor and you go toward the back. You know that this way is an entrance into the Sky Castle. Yeah. Actually no, this isn't the Sky Castle. What am I doing? This is a Grand Ballroom. What the heck? Anyway, so this is the Grand Ballroom. I'm very confused. Anyway, so this is the entrance into the Grand Ballroom. Anyway, so you open this door and it leads you into a study.
Now, I thought we were in the grand ballroom, or
You
that was just
are.
so this is where we came from. If
So
that's the
no.
entrance to the grand ballroom, or was
This is like an outside entrance.
I
Yep.
see? I
Mm.
see. That's
Yeah.
okay.
This is the entrance to the outside, and then the actual Grand Ballroom is over on the other side.
Odd that
But
they
Got
tried
it.
to odd
it
that they
has a lot of
tried
other
to
rooms.
escape, but they didn't make a beeline for the exit. Very interesting.
Hmm.
Right. So we open the door to a study. So you come across a dimly lit study, and ground is. You'll notice, like, immediately as you're walking in, the whole area is not clean. It looks as if somebody went through here in a hurry. You can see that a wardrobe is sitting in the corner. There's a tapestry that is laid out on the floor. There's papers strewn out on the desk. But nothing really major comes to mind right away. It's going to require a little bit of investigation.
Ms. Marina, let's take a quick moment, and I would love to take a listen around the room to see if I hear any rustling, breathing, any type of noise that might indicate that me and Ms. Marina are not the only ones in this room.
Okay. I think that would be perception.
I believe that I would love the roll perception as well, so that's perfect. And
Dang,
Ooh.
I will continue. I will continue to listen around this room.
Why am I even here?
Ms. Marina, you are a cherished member of this team, but sometimes it's okay to let the bird fly. Cacao,
Yeah.
cacao.
Alright, so you listen, and it almost seems like you have those, like, sonar, like, beams coming out of your head, like, woo, 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 like, encircling the entire room. It's still. However, you do hear, like, it's still as far as you can't hear anything in there, except you hear a dripping sound. Very, very, very slightly from this wardrobe.
Which one was it, Alex? Can you point at it
This
again?
one
Oh,
in
okay.
the back behind the desk.
Ms. Marina,
Yes.
hear a light dripping noise in the distance behind that wardrobe. We should approach with caution. Uh, we don't know what we might find behind there.
Yeah, I wonder what could be dripping out of the closet or in the closet.
Well,
Go check.
normally nothing good.
Um,
I'm going to step to the left and motion Ms. Marina to step to the right, and we are going to encircle this room in an attempt to just keep an eye on each other as we kind of come up to this wardrobe.
sounds like a plan.
Okay, you approach the wardrobe.
It's this one, right?
No, you're like on top of it.
Yeah, it's this
is it
one. This one.
okay? All right, all right. Now, get to your
Here.
side, Mesmerine. My
Excellent.
God, get to the
Yeah.
right side, please.
Alton, back
Please,
off.
please
You're
face,
too close.
please face yourself to the right side of the wardrobe. I thought she was talking about the bookcase. That's on me.
I know, that's where I started. Then I was like, whoa,
Yeah, no,
standing
no,
right in
no.
front of me.
That's all right. That's all right. We're all here for us. On the count of three, Mesmerina, and I grab one door for her, and I'm like waiting for her to grab the other one.
I like cautiously and a little, I've got like a worried look on my face a little bit. Are you sure?
One,
Okay, okay. And I put my arm on it to pull it open.
two, three, and
3.
I whip it open.
So
Me
as soon as
too.
you open the door of this wardrobe, a large pile goes like onto the floor, and you'll see that the pile is dirty. It's a dirty pile. There's ink. You can also see that there's a shirt that fell out onto the floor. This is an ink stained shirt. I will show it to you. Can everybody see this ink stained shirt?
I can see
Yes.
the ink stained shirt.
Okay. So this is a white dress shirt with dried ink splattered across the chest and sleeves. Mesberina, you are almost entirely sure that this is the shirt that you threw ink at. Like the shirt of the person you threw ink at during the hazing incident at the Aurora Ball.
Oh, I recognize this shirt, Alton. I'm almost positive this is the shirt of the person I threw the ink on that was trying to assault you.
Lord Upton, could I take a look in the wardrobe real quick and see? Do I see any empty hangers that might be missing a shirt by any chance?
Yeah, you
Miss
do.
Marina, it looks like they might have did a quick switch, ditching the dirty shirt that we see
To get rid
here
of the evidence.
to at least cover their own tracks.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Does everyone have access to this room? I
Well,
guess so. We just kind of walked in.
the door was unlocked, so.
Hmm.
But it looks as if that they definitely did more than just grab a shirt and leave around here.
I
Maybe.
want to look. Oh, sorry.
Oh no 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 no! By all means, Miss.
I want to look at the papers that you said were strewn around. Like, are they like kind of like all over here? Like,
Like on the desk, yeah.
okay. Um,
Good call, Mesmer. Let's take a look around and see if maybe
yeah.
we can figure out what they were looking for.
Let's look at some of these papers. I want to kind of see if I like what's on them or what I'm looking at. Do I?
Okay. Go ahead and what specifically are you looking for? Because there's a lot of papers.
Um, I guess I'm just curious, like, were they just sitting, is this study just open to everyone, kind of? So they could be like anyone's studying?
Well, you
Um,
walked right in. It wasn't
right.
locked.
So I guess I just am curious, like, what they say on them, like if there's someone's notes or maybe, or if they're just like text.
Maybe
Um,
maybe they get a better idea of the subject that they were looking through. Maybe get
yeah,
an idea of what they might have took.
yeah, just to see if it's like textbook material or if it's like somebody's handwritten notes, maybe.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation.
It's a bunch of notes from Ezrius. Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe. Think about it and get back to me later.
Okay. So, Mesberna, you're kind of digging around on the desk, looking for anything that stands
Ouch.
out.
Yeah.
And something does stand out. It is a book. And the
Hmm.
thing about the book that's strange is it's open to a page, and on top of the book, and I'll show you this in the handouts here. And yes, I made an entire little mystery case for you guys here. On top of the book is nothing other than some flowers.
Like real flowers? Oh,
You should be able to see it now.
yep.
So there's fresh flowers on top of the book.
Hey, Alton, look, there's some fresh flowers on this book here that I just found on this desk. Do you recognize these at all? They're yellow.
Let me take a look. Could I roll something to maybe determine the type of flowers that we're looking at, and then of course I would like to look at the title of the book as well.
Okay. Go ahead and just do investigation. We'll see. You've been doing really good. So, the title of the book is easy to see because goodness knows you can read.
I am illiterate.
And the title of the book, it says Families and Pedigrees of the Poor.
Huh.
You're not quite sure where the flowers come from, but you're pretty sure they either come from the night garden or the day garden, because those are the only two gardens in Vapor, so gotta
Very
be from
clearly.
one of them.
Some sort of a must have been from one of the Vapor Gardens. Which one I couldn't tell you, but book on the lineage, families in Vapor. That is
They were interested in their family tree, maybe, or their family.
maybe targeting certain individuals at the party from certain family trees.
Hey, you know what? Didn't they? I think they did mention when they were like hazing you that something about your family. I'm pretty sure they mentioned something about your family and your reputation. So I wonder if they were trying to look up you and your family information. I don't know what the flowers have significance for, but they're really pretty.
Now, Lord Upton, we are in a library of sorts. I'm assuming. Is that
A study.
It's a study.
a study of some sorts? But we have a variety of different books.
Oh yeah, it's a very booky study. Yes.
All right. Well, Alton is looking at a book and some flowers that are unknown origin. Miss Marina, could you do me a favor? Help me look for a book on herbology around here, or some sort of a book
Sure.
on flowers and plants. Maybe we could utilize the room that we're
See
in
if they
right
have
now
significance.
to
Okay.
gain more information about what we're looking at. At least to get an idea what this flower is.
I wonder if they used it in that like poison or something that they created. I wonder if it has some kind of
Maybe
properties of
maybe they
that
did.
nature. Okay, I'm
Let's
gonna.
look around for some other books on flowers and plants.
This is a bookcase, right, Alex?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There's a
So I'm
lot of
gonna look over
bookcases.
there.
And I will look over here.
Okay, sure. I am going to have Mesmerina roll investigation with advantage, and Alton gets normal.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I have that bardic thing, right?
Oh
that
yeah,
adds.
but if I'm giving you advantage, then
You do
I
have
don't
bardic
need it.
inspiration.
Okay.
You can use it. You can use it if you roll
Depending on how low.
low. Oh,
Ooh,
there you go.
so
You
I
get
get advantage. Does that mean it's the 24? Or what is? I'm not sure.
Sometimes it be like that. No. So if you rolled advantage, you could roll a d6 and add it to that total if you want to. But 19 is pretty high.
What is the 24 on the other side again? These numbers?
No, the new rules would be that they just get advantage. The new 5e the yeah. So you got a 24 because you rolled with advantage. Because advantage basically means that when you roll, you're gonna take the higher of the two numbers that show up. If you had disadvantage, you would take the lower of the two rolls that
But
show up.
naturally, you just take the one on
One
the
on the
left usually. But
Correct.
so mine is actually a 24 because Alex gave me advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, the +6 would be my bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use it though, unless I have to, because it's been 6 minutes
Yeah,
probably.
and then when you said the new rules, I thought you were talking about the new rules for bardic inspiration, which is not a dice roll; it's a advantage on the roll.
Oh, that's great. That's nice.
That's pretty cool.
Let's go with that.
Oh, they got a lot of love. Bards look great next. Bards are looking good this new update.
This season, Mars are looking great this season.
I'll be buying it.
It's still bird.
I know you'll be getting it from me. Don't worry.
Okay, then. I need it. I was trying to look for like what makes bird, but what is waiting for bird.
No. I hear you, buddy. I hear you.
Okay, so Mesmerina, you find a book called Flora of Vapora. No, actually, just Flora of Vapora.
No. Flora
Yes.
Flora is a great. Because you just know that the author of that book was just like, I'm about to hit him with a fucking title.
Smell of the aroma.
Flora, the Vapora, the aroma.
Now a bard wrote that book for
No,
sure.
The aroma of Vapora's flora.
Okay, so I find it. Alton, I think I found one.
Well,
And I'm
thank
gonna
God you
come back
found
to this.
something, because this book is emptier than you could ever believe.
And I'm gonna come back over to this desk. Come over here. And I'm gonna
Actually-
put it by the. Oh, okay.
No,
This book is
yeah,
mostly
it's
on
fine.
yoga. This book's also got a lot of
Well,
yoga books for some reason.
Actually, Alton, the bookcase that you're looking at, everything is in a language that is not common. Would you care to try to figure out what language it is? Or do you not care?
Well, actually, I do have a couple of languages I know. I will attempt to see if I could figure out what I'm looking at here.
Sure.
What would you like me to roll for that? Some sort of an intelligence roll?
Sure, some kind of... Yeah, I don't freaking know.
Load up to, and you seem to be lost in the camp.
At least
Right
world
now.
they should be into like.
Let me see. Um,
I feel
no, I
like
just
that's
need to
similar
keep
to
me roll
history, isn't it?
investigation.
Yeah.
How about history just for... History can be the nerd roll. Yeah, history sounds great.
What am I looking at here?
Learning.
So this is Celestial. Everything on this bookcase is Celestial. Do you happen to speak Celestial?
I absolutely do.
Heck yeah.
Of course he does.
Ugh.
It's just like choir sounds. Like the Catholic Church.
Well, okay, so Alton, you're gonna see that most of these books, they're all in Celestial, and most of them have to do with Aasimar. It's like the history of Aasimar, Aasimar lineage, just like a bunch of records. Aasimar.
Well, you gotta say like as.
How about Aasimar?
Is it like whispering? ASMR. Yeah.
First off, guys. Nick Avocado. I want to say that out
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh, I know. I was like one of the...
Honestly,
I woke up
Same.
and he was skinny.
yeah, he's been playing chess, baby. He's been playing chess. A 2-year-long backlog for him to lose 250
I was so
pounds
sure he
and
was gonna
show up.
die.
So awesome.
I thought it was AI generated. When he came on screen, I was like, no fucking way this dude's been playing the internet so goddamn hard that he took 2 years off.
I don't know if he is, probably not. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, I don't know either, but I'll tell you what. 2 years of just being like, all right, while everyone thinks that I'm declining and going to kill myself, I'm going to go on a mental health and physical health journey and come back just totally different. Crazy.
That's so cool. I know.
Anyway, Mesmerina, give me 1 second. I kind of want to take a look at this real quick. What type of books load up to in my scene that really stand out in the Aasimar topic? It just seems like there has to be one that is more of a niche topic, especially if they're all over the same topic. There's gonna be one that's maybe a little bit more
Topic-y.
eclectic would be the word that I would use.
Sure. So since you keep getting them critties, you get what you want. So you're gonna see like all of them are pretty basic, like the history of Asimar, family lineage of Asimar, blah blah blah. And then you see one book. It's a sort of slim book, but you'll notice that it's like black and written in like red letters. It's just one word, and that word on it is Veronal. That's all it says.
Could I get the spelling on that, please?
Of course, I have the copy paste ready for you right now.
I do love a good well spelled note taking. Let's see here.
Veronal.
Oh my God, very nice.
Yep.
I'm going to walk over to Mesmerina. Mesmerina, what do you have there?
I found the book that will definitely help us figure out the exact flower that we're looking at, and then maybe like its properties and everything, so we can learn why it might be here or just more about it.
Well, I have a book of personal interest. So how about we, at the same time, uh,
Like, like it's a library.
let us do a little research in tandem and see what we can come up with. You see a book written in red and you gotta read it at least once.
Black and red. You know it's gonna
Yeah.
be a banger. So you guys take a little bit of time to do your investigating, and around this time is when Ezrius, you head back to the grand ballroom, right? Okay. So you're at the
Everything where
ballroom.
we all be like, right, great. So we're all
Here you are.
Yeah, he definitely might see the if he sees the ink. Might be kind of obvious, but
Well, also, did you close the door behind you at all?
see, I see,
I I
word. I see word.
please, Ezrius, enough of your Kingdom Hearts fan fiction. I,
Thank you
I
very much. Kingdom Hearts,
yeah, of course. That's where she got the most screen time, baby. Alton would have for sure shut the door behind him, just as a precautionary thing. So,
Okay.
unfortunately,
It's a
I would.
mystery wrapped in
Mm-hmm.
finding mystery solvers is industry.
In the distance, you just hear bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum.
I'm gonna walk down and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take a look. Be like, it's
As you walk by the fortune teller, it wakes up. Greetings. Would you like a reading?
Must pay first.
Hmm.
It's pronounced Orakakra.
Please provide a coin before the reading. I require 1 token. The fortune teller's gonna take the coin. Affirmative. I did see a giant bird and a blue lady that way. And it's gonna lean forward like all the way almost out of the box. And it's leaning forward so much that you can just see like the springs kind of like poking out of its back. And you realize just how much of a construct this is. Yeah.
in the night to me.
Well, you and I both know what it's like to be, and then it looks you dead in the eyes, stuck in a box.
Anyways, I did see what
It's gonna say,
this is. I'm everybody. This thing.
I think you get each other. It's gonna say nothing and just sort of like slink back into its box until its face is like obscured by shadows, and then you just see the curtain in front of it just go like and close. You as well are going to be making your way down the corridor. Let me get you your token here.
Somebody has a plan. Or something.
The foot dragging.
Or it's somebody with a tail.
He's like, why do we have to bring the one guy with a club foot? Jesus.
Or she's gonna be the one that's still leading.
Well, I did throw it at him, but still. And I missed his face, which is helping us now, I guess.
Yeah, you should be able to find your way. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Alright, and you enter the room, presumably.
A joiner.
To Alton and Mesberina busy reading their books. How's it going, guys? Let's roll some stuff. Actually, Alton, you don't have to roll anything. Mesberina, go ahead and roll investigation because you're looking for something. Alton's just reading to read.
And don't forget your bardic inspiration. I mean, I wouldn't even need it if I were you, but
Oh my gosh. The one
Look-
time I have it and I don't need it.
excuse me, you have a +9 in investigation.
What does that mean?
That means that that means you roll really well in investigation. Like
Oh, you're so
investigation
smart,
is a
like,
skill
holy
that you
crap.
would want to use like a lot of.
Yeah.
How
So
do
that
I
means-
get? How did I get +9?
Well, sweetheart, we could go through your character sheet later than that. But
No, you're really
No, we can't. The lions are on.
yeah, we only need 15 minutes beforehand.
On a good 15 minutes, that's a good.
If I'm pushing.
All right.
Hey,
Okay.
So,
15 seconds.
you are able to quickly identify the flowers, and you identify them as Luminara blossoms. Background information: they're from the day garden. They're known to absorb sunlight, and then they glow at night. If you keep them alive, if you pluck them, their light goes out. But they're kept alive and used almost like flower lanterns at nighttime. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you learn.
Alex, real quick. You said that they pluck and then they lose their light. So is it immediate? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Like
So
turning off light switch.
when you say that they're like lanterns, that's more like a stationary type thing.
Yeah, like you can't use them
Well-
to walk around.
You can keep them in flower pots and walk around with them.
Ah, very
Yeah, but if you kill them, they're
So if you
The
pluck
light
them
goes
and
out.
keep them in like water.
no
it can only work when they're
in soil.
in soil and living.
Oh, so like if you planted them and like carried a little pot around.
Exactly. So you can carry them around in pots, but if they die, they don't produce any light. So these
Now-
ones don't glow.
Don't glow. Okay, but can
Yeah.
I look around to see if there is like a well, yeah, I guess I don't know why they're here then. Because I was thinking like I could look around for a pot or some dirt, like maybe but why would they be out of it? Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna say, Alton, I found this flower. What was the name again? It was something. What was
I'll
the
do-
name?
Luminara.
Okay, I knew it was an L. They're Luminara blossoms. They are the ones that light up when they're, blooming. Haven't you seen those in the day garden?
They absorb sunlight and then at night they glow. Am I remembering correctly?
Yeah, that's what it says here, but when they're plucked, the light goes out unless, you're carrying around like a potted plant of them or potted bouquet. So these ones are obviously dull and would have been unless they came from a pot. So I don't know why, they're sitting there. Do these mean anything to you or in your family at all? Like these don't have anything to do with your upbringing or anything, do they? Or any significance to you?
I do not believe they would, but the garden itself. Now, Lord Uptune, Ezrius, it would be common knowledge.
Oh wait, Ezrius is in the room now. We're just talking. I forgot.
Now, Ezrius, would this be of a garden that you oversee? You look over the night garden then. And the day garden belongs to the responsibilities of.
The day garden. You'll know. Oh no, it's not Skibidi.
It's Skibbity all toilet that looks over the day garden, is it?
No, I just always forget their names. The day
How's-
garden is run by the Locke twins.
Ron DeSantis.
So Cassius Locke and Ivy Locke.
But I do they seek the company same thing. They get that connection.
Seek the company of the same kin. What does that mean?
Like other Luminara blossoms? No, by all means, Ezrius. To get you up to speed, Mesarina very aptly found this book with a flower in it, and then again found another book using the resources at hand to determine this flower. This book seems to be something about the lineages, families of the poor. The coincidence is too much considering we did track down an individual who was a perpetrator of my assault earlier.
We've tracked a person involved into this room, hence all the ink that you probably saw on your way in and also behind us. And so we
Did I not just say that?
You did? Sorry.
No, I'm
The accent. I have a hard time understanding. No. Sorry, I was so wrapped up in this book.
What accent are you referring to? I talk just the same as you do.
Hmm.
Got that one figured out. Good job.
Oh. Even if they've been plucked, they will like.
No, they don't.
No.
Be the dry.
No, by all means.
I just start. I'm like walking around the room. I'm holding these flowers like up to all the walls.
Now, Mesmer, yeah. I believe while the flowers are outside of the books or out of soil, that they actually are dead now. So I don't know if that would quite work anymore. But let's take a closer look at the pages of the book.
We haven't read the book at all.
Yeah, we were very focused on
the flowers.
This flower, you know what? I think that I need to take a.
It's been a long day.
Could we take a real life bathroom break for a second? Let's read.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
And then after that, we can read this book, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, you guys, like, I'm glad we figured that out. I'm not gonna, steer you at all. I love this.
You You know what? We're learning information that
I'm a
is.
flower lover. I don't even care what the book says anymore. Ooh, there's
Yeah.
flowers.
Me and tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
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 Me
Look
and
at these, Alton.
me, me and Mesmerine are gonna go to the day garden tomorrow and get a couple flowers, pot them, plant them, and carry them around at night so that make sure we know where we're going. Because apparently, Cancun's do not have night vision for some reason, which is crazy.
Well, that's great in a city where everything happens at night.
Don't worry, I'm prepared.
flower was placed and what the book says.
The weight of how it was placed in the parts of their chest.
So,
Well, let's
Mes-
take a look at the book here, Mesmerina. Good idea.
Yeah, and I like hold the book up.
okay.
And
So
hopefully you read it as well.
I am going to read it now.
you all read like chorus style at the same time.
Moses, Jesus,
All together now, class.
So this is you'll notice that you're at the very beginning of chapter 7. And it's titled The Locke Talbot Rivalry and the Pursuit of Purity. The Locke family's dedication to a pure lineage has been a cornerstone of their prominence in Vapor, their influence solidified by their unwavering commitment to preserving their ancestral bloodline. They are tied to representing the zenith of purity, and the members of the family epitomize this ideal. Yet their purity is both a point of pride and a source of deep-seated conflict, particularly with the Talbot family. The Locks are known for their claim to a lineage that remains unblemished by outsider blood, a reputation that has spurred their rivalry with the Talbots, who have historically embraced more diverse unions. This feud is believed to have originated from a historic slight, perhaps a land dispute or a betrayal during the Salt Rebellion near the beginning of Vapor, but its true nature has been obscured by time. The Locks, with their blue-gray eyes and a reputation for political maneuvering, view the Talbots' more inclusive approach as a dilution of their prestigious heritage. In contrast, the Talbots argue that their adaptability has only strengthened their family, highlighting a fundamental philosophical divide between the two houses.
Now, Lord Upton, I would like to ask a very important question. When they say bloodline purity, are we talking people from a certain level status of family, or are we really gonna go ahead and just say they love family themselves?
Roll history.
Oh, I would love to do that for you. Let's see here. They said the Talbot family. It was the
And
Talbot
Locke.
family.
Locke.
The Locke. It was the
Locke.
Locke
Locke
family.
family.
The Locke.
Yeah.
Yes, and Talbot is the open-ended family. Yes, yes.
And that's where those flowers probably came from, the Locke people. Well, they just tend that garden.
Oh, well, at very minimum,
The twins.
yes, well, that would make more sense in the connection there. History check. Let's see here. 22.
You are not entirely sure, but there are definitely plenty of rumors that they kind of keep it in the family, if you know what I mean.
Yikes. It's not Misery. I know you are not from the area, but I would inform you, and I'm sure Ezrius has heard these conversations and the circles that he runs in. It is uncommon for people to make jokes and jabs and inferences that to keep it politically correct, the Locke family very much so loves themselves, if you understand what I'm putting forward.
Are you talking about
A little bit of cousin love.
yes, incest?
Again, I not to make it a riddle itself, but I do like to. I do have a flowery way of speaking, and that's on me. But yes, there are
What in the world?
considerations of it. None of this proven, of course, but that has been something that has been inferred. Yes, right here. It's this one right here. It shows two people of the same color, eyes holding hands.
Well,
You see these blue gray-eyed people right here that hold hands? This is their insignia.
Just wondering if this means that we're about to we still blood up. Or something is like, no, they do not like pour blood up. Maybe you have to be the same blood. Maybe the locker has the same blood. And we do have and open up a case of a secret path.
So if one of our blood driplets,
Now, Ezra's,
I am definitely not part of the family.
Ezra's, if you want to say that out loud, we might be able to help a little bit with that as well. Now, and Alex, I apologize if this is a little metagamey because of Alex Novak talking right now. But I'm going to go for it. Now, Ezrius, that's a good question. I found this other book in the bookshelf to the left over there. The Locke family is known for their bluish gray eyes. Now, I'm not speaking out of turn, but I know the Azamir people are known to have colored eyes with grayish tint in them. Do we? Now that is an interesting thought process. Maybe they are not Azami in the classic sense, but maybe a lineage derived of them, which might have spurred their need for keeping their bloodline pure.
I noticed anything that's like blue gray or something like something that you can call it get presented. Is it I'm just kind of seeing these like blue orbs, these lights around here that can be like manipulated or taken and put up.
So
You also say that you guys need to think of something else. We're not same wavelength.
so right now you're looking for a secret door.
Or did I just fucking kill it right there?
You killed it.
No, you killed it. I don't know if you're right though, but you killed it. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you right now that so far you have found 2 clues. There are more clues in the room.
Oh, what's the globe? Is there anything specific on the globe?
What globe are we talking about here? That one? I mean, you can look at it. It's
He's staring at it.
so okay. And Alex, I'm happy to like make that announcement to everybody too. But we'll get there. Yeah.
I didn't want to disrupt the flow, you know.
No, I don't. I'm really excited about that book. I would never forget. Yeah.
Just furiously typing in the distance. Fuck.
No, like for real. Shut up. Anyway, so that globe is nothing, Michael. It used to be something, and now it's nothing. No, it's just a map of it's a globe of Faerun. Yeah. So you will see this globe a lot, especially around like sky navigators and stuff, because they're the ones who plot the course that Vapor takes over Faerun. So Alton would be very familiar with the layout of Faerun.
Is this a chest right here? Like a closed chest?
Yeah, it is.
I want to open that.
Okay,
Classic D&D playing move.
Heck yeah. So you get that chest open easily.
While they were talking about all the like blue, gray eye stuff, I'm walking over here
Mm-hmm.
to open that. And it
Okay.
opens up easily, you said?
Mm-hmm. You're also gonna see there's a pile of clothes in there.
Dress
And
up.
yeah, it just looks like someone threw like some outside coats. Remember, it's still early spring, so it's kind of cold outside. But it wasn't put in there. It wasn't folded in there. It was like somebody tossed it in there quickly.
And they're all clean and stuff. It's just almost like dirty clothes, basically. Like someone switched outfits. There's nothing like on them. Or can I see anything on them at all? Or anything peculiar? It just looks like clothes.
You can't see anything if you look at
Okay.
it just straight up, but feel free to rummage.
Okay, yeah, I want to dig through it. And I'm like kind of like holding them stuff up as I'm like taking the clothes out, and I'm kind of just sitting them in a pile next to me and still kind of looking through it till I can see the bottom of the chest, just to make sure that I've seen everything in
Okay.
there.
Sure. So, you're pretty much throwing the clothes out on the floor, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
well, not like messily. I'm making kind of like like just a little pile. Like it looks
You're just
like
folding them.
no, like I'm yeah, like just a dirty pot, like or just a pile of them like next to me. I'm not like taking the time to really fold them, but I'm just kind of like I'm not
Okay.
like going crazy and throwing it everywhere.
So, at the bottom of this chest, you do actually see something, and it's something small. Would you like to investigate further?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so you reach your hand inside the chest and you find a pin, a small polished pin. And on that pin is a crest that you do not recognize. But it looks to be a family crest or maybe like a class something, like either something to do with like a family or with a school or like those like logos. It looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a family crest?
Well, like a family crest.
that Ezra's was
Okay.
yelling about earlier.
And here's do you want to see what it looks like?
Yeah.
This is my favorite one.
If it is two people holding hands, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Oh.
Oh my goodness! It's
Oh, that's adorable.
Alton! It's so cute! Okay, so
Okay, first off, is that my family crest?
it's
don't
your
know.
own personal one that someone made for you.
I am adopted. I am adopted.
It's a baby little thing.
He is,
Okay.
That is very cute. That is very, very cute.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this pin and I hold it up in front of me, and I'm gonna turn around I'm on my knees digging through this thing, and I what?
No, nothing.
And I turn around and I say, Alton, this looks just like you. And I'm gonna put it forward and show him.
Now,
I found.
Now is not the time to flirt. I look around and see the raccoon. I looked at it, Mr. Thang.
Little Thing.
Well, I mean, I
It's
can't call
Mr.
him
Thing now.
Mr. Thing.
That's Mr. Thing to you.
I load up to and do recognize the.
Okay, so here's a little bit of history about your family crest. Yeah, you do. This is your family crest. The Leander family crest used to be different, but when they adopted you, they actually changed their family crest. Can't explain the raccoon. However,
It's not to be racially insensitive, I'm assuming.
exactly. So it's almost like it's a way that they welcomed you into their family. So they adapted their family crest. It used to be, I think, yeah, it used to be a T-posing human, and now it's just a T-posing Arakakra. No, I think it used to be like a all-seeing eye or something like that for real. But
it's well, from the looks of it, it does seem like it's an old version of the land of family crest, but the raccoon is almost a little too on the nose. difference that I'm not aware of.
Alton, that raccoon's always been there.
Yikes. Okay, I guess I misheard you when you said that earlier. So
Oh,
I'll
yeah, no.
rephrase.
And this is the new one. This isn't the old one, right?
I haven't not. Yes, that is the old one, Ms. Marine, but I haven't. I haven't
Oh, I
fucking
thought.
thought of that family crest in so much time. Now, me seeing the raccoon there is making me a little upset that I currently have a critter currently uh backpacking in my belly underneath my my girdle.
It was destiny.
Now, I do not believe in destiny myself, but the
Or
coincidence
magic.
the coincidence of the situation is not lost on me, of course.
Ezra's, you know that those blue orbs are there to provide light.
And I'm gonna hold up little thing and start looking him deep in the eyes. He does that.
You can investigate that if you would like, Ezra's. Oh, and a little background information just to help you out a little bit, Alton. You are aware that only members of the Lyander family ever wear that pin. So, just to make sure you're aware of that.
But it's a very outdated version of the pin.
No,
So...
no,
No,
this is
no,
this is
it's the new
pin.
one.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
old one.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That is my fault. I guess that. All right. So to clarify, I think that Alton would be a little bit more upset about this whole raccoon situation if he knew prior to this moment that he had a raccoon in his family crest. Yeah, that is my fault. I had those two things backwards. I apologize.
I wonder if it was in some of these clothes that were in here and it fell out. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say, yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, muttering, like.
I guess I would say I am a little bit perturbed by being the Ms. Marina, as you did point out. It is my family crest, so to see anyone with that crest outside of my family would be a grave offense and extremely rare. More than likely, this was someone of my family who placed it there.
And this might be their clothes.
Let me, Ezra, while you're looking at that magical blue glowing orb over there, I'm gonna go look at this stuff with Mesberina. You do your thing, but eventually, Lord Uptune, I would love to take a gander at this information. I would love to see if I can make any details about this. This way, is this look like women's clothing or male's clothing, and could I maybe attribute it to the physical attributes of my close relatives that I am intimately aware of?
Perfect. You could sniff them too. All right.
Also, I would like to point out, why the fucking raccoon? Is that like a family thing?
It's destiny, Alton.
Fate. That's what I
It's
said.
a prophecy.
Okay,
It's a goddamn prophecy.
I will expect that answer when it comes back around to me. That why the fuck we had a random raccoon?
Your
stick in our mouth.
family's just had raccoon pets their whole
Yeah,
life.
I think that is a great question because I never saw a raccoon growing up.
Yeah, isn't that like there's this one like book series where like these kids are like have these animal familiars. I feel like it's like anyway. Anywho, so Ezrius, you see that this that you're looking at, this is actually an aetherite crystal. And it's used aetherite in the entire city is it's used as an energy source, and it's also used in combination with mechanics and magic to help the city float. The city of Vapor floats with a combination of energy from the aetherite crystals, arcane magic, and also extremely strong magnets that are repelled from the core of Faerun itself. So aetheryte is used as a power source. So it's sort of like a generator. Yeah. Okay. All right. While Azarius is feeling around looking for hidden paths, we're gonna go back to Alton. Alton, you see there's a few jackets on the floor. They all seem to be men's clothes, and only if like one of them appears to be worn like at all. And it's the one at the bottom of the pile, which means it was at the top that when Mesmerina put it on the floor.
Right. So I guess my question would be, they're men's clothing,
Mm-hmm.
and so to me, that pretty much lays it down to either Tobias, Ephraim, or Gareth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that Gareth and Tobias are pretty similar in size, and I know that my father is a little older,
Mm-hmm.
and as he is a little older, the size that he would wear would be a little larger.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to kind of try and eye up whether or not I can at least take my dad off this list?
Yeah, you can take your dad off this list. Plus, it's not really the style that he would wear.
Okay.
Pretty
So,
obvious when you can tell whether it's a dad jacket or a young man jacket. It's a young man jacket.
well, actually, and my next question would be, uh, and I guess this is something that I don't have information on without looking at our group chat. Would this be something that maybe a Chronicle custodian would wear?
Hmm. I don't know. What would we roll? Let's figure that out. So many weird rolls today.
Because this would be a very different, like, if I'm imagining that on a day-to-day, Tobias would wear something very different than like what a Sky Navigator would.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Actually, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. You would. Well, I don't know, actually, because I don't know if that would be legitimate. Share. Let's just have you roll investigation and see what
I'm
happens.
making you think, Alex. Okay, this ain't
No, that's good.
this ain't
That's
no
good.
pony ride through the forest. Okay.
If
All
only.
right. In investigation, you said, right?
Investigation. If you get high
Um,
enough, you can probably figure some things out.
all right. Let's see what we can do here.
Okay. So you're kind of holding up this jacket, kind of, stuffing it out.
It's a
Um,
medium.
you do happen to find inside one of the jackets, or one of the jackets, one of the pockets of the jacket, there's a small folded piece of paper in there. So you can either look at that piece of paper for now, or you can continue sort of looking at the jacket. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna pocket that piece of paper almost secretly, if I could.
Sure. Okay.
As I'm sitting right next to him.
And I would like to cast Bardic Inspiration on myself.
Can you cast it on yourself?
You can.
Okay. All right. Um, and I'll give you something else with that investigation roll too, because you're investigating one thing.
Nope, I am a liar. I cannot do that. Sorry.
That's okay.
Then I will just attempt to try and like slide a hand in my pocket real quick.
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
Yikes.
Man, Mesmerina, you see him like stuffing a piece of paper in his pocket.
Yeah, I'm like
Are you gonna say
staring at him.
anything, or?
Yeah. What are you doing with that? I saw that.
Yes, I just.
You trying to keep secrets?
No, I just need both hands to continue observing the show. We will get to the paper soon. My best attempt at a lie.
So you said we'll look at the paper soon? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I basically. Is my accent too heavy for you?
No, your camera glitched and then you were moving at fast-paced speed.
No, all I said is that I'm just pocketing that while I investigate the show a little bit more, but of course we will get to that soon.
Okay. And I stare at his pocket and actually, no, why don't we look at it right now? We're trying to figure out everything.
I love it.
We're trying to figure this stuff out. We gotta see what that says. You were attacked. Open it.
Well, by all means, and I take the note out. I hand it to Mesmerina because I can see that I am caught in a lie. We're not caught in a lie, but she is not taking the bait here. While I review the show, by all means, feel free to read it.
Thank you. And I take it from him, kind of snatch it because he lied. And
You don't know that.
Well, yes, I do because I saw you.
Well,
I saw it.
You didn't know that I lied about my intentions, though.
Oh yeah. Okay. And so I'm opening it up to see what it says.
And I will continue investigating the shirt. A little disappointed in my abilities to slip and slide a piece of paper in my hand.
Ezra's, what are you doing right now? You don't.
He's sticking his head into the bookshelf.
He's determined to find a passage.
You do see something particularly shiny on the floor. You see a little glint of something on the floor over by the wardrobe. Yeah, so it looks like a piece of glass. A piece of broken glass. Okay. Do you want to try to investigate? Okay. Man, you're not sure, but when you can't really find any more glass, but when you look at the piece of glass, it looks like it's maybe from a mirror, and it also looks like there could be some blood on it. Or maybe it's just ink. Like dried ink. You're not sure, but it kind of looks red. Back to Mesmerina. No mirrors in sight, not with that roll. Unless you want to think on your toes. Do you want to what would you like to do next? What's your next step? Eat some candy. Hey, this is Alton's backstory. How dare you want to rush through this? Piece of glass. Maybe, or maybe it's ink. It's on the glass. You're holding a piece of glass. That's a shirt.
That is a shirt.
They already looked at the shirt. You could look
we
at the shirt
have a photo of it.
What? It's in your handout. Yeah, it's on the ground next
to
the
It's like a dress shirt.
Chill out, man.
He's a little overly aggressive per usual.
Here, shirt. Yeah, it was around there. Okay, bro.
Maybe if Michael listened better.
Well, I'm the one that said it was a shirt. She was confused. You didn't know what the fuck it was.
That's not what I heard.
I thought that we were looking at a piece of glass. Okay, so you throw the glass to the side and look at the shirt.
Mirror glass. He looks at his
Yeah,
reflection.
it's the mirror. Okay. You look around and you do happen to see like a candle on the floor. It looks like it's broken in half. Okay. Back to Mesverina.
Yes, I'm.
Hey, the candle. I don't know why you're not. Okay. Oh. Well, what are you gonna do with the candle, man?
I keep lifting the paper up to read it and then putting it down. And it goes back to Ezra's, looking it back up, putting it down.
So, this paper, Mesverina, you'll also see that it's stamped with the family crest, the Leander family sigil, and it contains a list of names. It's titled Graduating Class of 1705, and as you look over this list of names, it seems a little strange. For example, there's more names on it than you know graduated with you because you're one of the people who graduated in 1705. And also you'll notice that one name is circled. I'm going to put this list in the chat. Oh. So see, one name is circled on there.
And my name is not on there, so that's how I know there's people missing.
There's
right?
people missing, and there
Yeah.
appears to be people added. Well, you'll see Gareth Lyander's name is circled.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see the circle now.
Mhm.
Okay. Alton, this appears to be a list of our graduating class, but Gareth Lyander, who I'm assuming you know, his name is circled.
Yes, I'm very familiar with my brother.
I didn't know he was your brother, though, do I? I mean, I don't know you really that well. I don't know.
I would assume that you would have understood that because I did talk to Charlotte
Oh,
Lyon
okay.
earlier.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I can't. No,
I'm sorry. It's your brother.
Yes, Marina, that's on me. To clarify, although my name. Yeah,
Just like
I think that in hindsight, I would have known about that when I saw the raccoon earlier. But
Well, in hindsight, I would have known he was your brother.
yeah,
it's like the Mandela effect, you know? It's like you swear it wasn't there before.
Ms. Marina, that accent insulting. Secondly, yes, to clarify, my name is, though my last name is Omaha, I am adopted now. Though I was raised with the Lion family, I do foresee them as my own family. They treat me as such because of, as you can understand, society's rules and boundaries. I'm not allowed to take the actual family name. But yes, Gareth would be what I would consider my brother, and he would consider me his brother as well. Now that is interesting.
This was in the pocket of one of those pants, right? Or shirt?
Is it a shirt?
Could these be his clothes?
Do what now? So that was the piece of paper that Ms. Marina took from me.
Mm-hmm.
Now my brother, I understand that Gareth is an ambitious man, but it would be odd for him to ditch clothing with a list with his own name circled on it. But it would not surprise me that somebody might be, because of his ambition, would be looking out for him in maybe an unsavory way. Is there anything else on the list besides just names?
Yeah, that's
just
just
names.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, sorry. It's just names with his circled. But it's missing my name, and I was in this graduating class, so it doesn't have everyone's name on it. Strange.
I'm sorry.
Any crevices speaking flowing? Any flow?
Yes, Lodo 2, what's the flow look like in here?
The ink looks pretty stationary.
Alright, so we have not entered the flow state yet, of course. Interesting. Ms. Rena, let's...
I'm gonna give you the paper. Here, do you want to look at it?
No, I believe you, of course.
Mm.
But hold on to 1 second while I continue investigating this this very important shirt that I'm looking at. Yeah, I do want to continue looking at that shirt if I could, Alex.
Okay, sure. So
She's
you're
like, "It's a
trying to
fucking
determine
shirt."
you're trying to determine if it could possibly be Gareth's shirt.
Yeah, I just want to see if this is something that I would recognize of, like, maybe a family member or something along those lines.
It looks probably not like something Gareth would wear, and probably not part of your family. Like something that your brothers would wear. It's a little bit too your brothers tend to wear more simple clothing, and it's a little bit too elegant and ornate.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Would this be something that I would see Artemis wear?
Possibly.
I am going to there's more clothing in the chest, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does it
Well,
look like this
actually,
is
it's
part...
it's on the floor.
Yeah, I dug it all out.
Do these all look like they're part of like an outfit? Like you can kind of
Mm-hmm.
tell that, like, hey, this shirt would kind of go with these pants, yada yada yada.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, I wanna check the pants pockets. I want to, if there is a coat in there, I would like to check their inside pockets
Mm-hmm.
and just start digging through everything to see if there is anything more in there that might be of interest.
Okay. Just give me another investigation. We'll see if you can uncover one of our other clues here. Which I'm sure you will.
I hope so. I hope so. I've been rolling really well, but you know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation. Nice.
Okay. So in the inside pocket of the jacket that you're looking through, you find a torn up map. See if I have the image for you here. This one's a really bad image, but hey, you know, it's a map. Imagine it had other stuff on it. So
Pretend.
I know. So this map is something that you recognize, and it actually shows this Atmos Mesa College. And you'll see that the map with that role, it's been folded more often around a specific section of Atmos Mesa, which if you look closely is the Thirsty Scholar 14.
Got it.
This is, where many students met to drink and hang out after classes were over.
Mesmerine, look at this. It's a map of the academy. Look at this. This area right here seems to be a well-worn area of the map. It's the Thirsty Scholar. I never went. Are you aware of it?
I've heard of it, but I haven't ever been myself either. I know a lot of students go there though, and it's a common meetup. You've never been there?
Uh, unfortunately, to maintain the things I work for, it never gave me much time for.
Well, clearly
My
this
base.
person must have gone there, maybe. Or they were definitely interested in it.
And Mesmerina, as you're looking at this map, something kind of catches your eye. Like, this map looks strange. You see almost as if there's writing on it, but you can't really clearly see it.
Hey, do you see that? This map there's writing written on it, but I can't quite make it out. Do you see that?
Let me see if I can help you look through it.
Oops. Um. Oh.
Hold on. Oh, I was just waiting for you for like roll or do anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. Do you not have anything, Alex?
I'm assisting Mesmerina in looking at it.
You. Oh, okay. I thought you were
So,
looking for like a
no,
spell
no,
or something.
no.
Okay.
You can roll. I wanna assist you and give you the help action.
Okay, so what's your plan? What's your plan, Mesmerina? Like, how are you going to try to figure out what's written on this map?
Let me see. I am going to let's see. Hang on 1 second.
Or is it just like something outside?
What do you mean your PNG?
Something that's actually at the end or is it outside?
Oh, it's outside. It's not actually on that.
It's
image.
just like
Yeah.
writing. Like
So
I can tell it's someone's
don't ruin your
handwriting.
eyes.
Right, but just try
Right.
to think of different ways that you might, if you see a piece of paper with like really light, almost
Mhm.
unreadable writing on it, what type of things might Mesmerina think?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my like little spells here to. I'm gonna use. That's what I was looking at here. Let me just find the one. Bear with me.
The spell is called Enhance Writing on Paper.
No. No, I am gonna use an illusion, but I need to figure out which one it is that I have. I want to create. Let's see. Blah blah blah. I wanted to create an object. I'm pretty sure one of my spells allows me to create an object, and I have to find the one. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
You're fine, baby.
I know. I feel bad that I'm taking up time because I just have so many. I have a lot of these to look at.
This is just how casters are, you know. Yeah, we're open to suggestions for sure. Team Omaha needs help.
I keep looking for crevices.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to do. So minor illusion lets me create a sound and an image of an object. But it's within range that lasts for the duration. Blah blah blah. Because I kind of wanted to create like a little magnifying glass object, is what I was thinking. But it says here the image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect, which I.
Possibly.
Now, the minor illusion, I would say that like the minor illusion probably would be able to create a magnifying glass. It's not like a sensory thing. Well,
it's not a
Oh, I
sensory.
am using it with my eyes. The eyes is a sense, but
An illusionary thing. I don't know if
it says if you create an.
It's not create objects, create illusion.
Yeah, so it says if you create an image of an object.
So what you're saying is like create the illusion of a magnifying. I mean, at that point, it's kind of like big braining it. At that point, when you make minor illusions, you create objects. If you're creating the illusion of a magnifying glass, and you try to fail.
It does say in there that it says
And
it
guys,
says if you create an image of an object, like such as a chair
Alex,
and
we're
stuff.
making the
And-
magnifying
no,
glass. Okay,
because
what now?
I feel like some people are not having a great time. So, think simpler. Think simpler.
You
Well,
know what? Let's go. Let's
Sounds
go
like
ahead.
some people are frustrated, so.
I am trying to figure out.
Okay, because you seem upset. So anyway, think simpler.
Okay. Then I'm gonna look. I'm just gonna look for like something in the room, I guess, like a like a piece of glass or something or whatever. And I'm gonna say, do
Or
you
maybe
guys see?
maybe
Yeah.
even hold it to a lot, Ms. Marina.
What?
Maybe even hold it up to a lot, Ms. Marina, and shine it from the.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and grab the paper and take it to the table here, and then I'm going to set the page down and is there a light on the table? There's not, is there?
This could be a little light.
Okay. Then I'm gonna come over here and take it by the light and just put it underneath that, like really close up to the light, and
Sure,
see if I can see it better.
you can see it, but it's written backwards.
Load up to what? Could we? When we do this rule that will be coming up, would I be able to provide Ms. Marina advantage with my assistance that I've been doing?
Written backwards. You hold it up to the light, and you can see that there's letters. There's a little bit smeared, a little bit blurred, but what you can see, it's written backwards.
Okay, I'm gonna say out loud, is there a mirror in here?
Forget the me. I got a pen and a quill right here. Just read the letters off, Ms. Marina.
Okay, I start reading them off one by one.
Okay, so here's the letters that you can read. I'm gonna have to type it in. You're not sure what this says here. So wherever I put a...
The one side.
This is like written on this part of the map, like
Perceive the map or perceive the writing?
we saw the map in like the worn spot by the
we saw
thirsty
the map,
scholar.
but the writing is on the other. I'm guessing is on the other side, and it's so well worn down that it's difficult to read.
It's on like another part of it.
Yeah, I'm guessing the other side that you would like fold into it.
If it's on the other side...
I assumed it was on the same side.
Right.
Oh yeah, okay. But I was holding it up to the light.
Well, it doesn't really matter. The whole like mirror like light thing, at the end of the day, doesn't matter because our characters, as long as we have the letters and we can see the letters, we can probably type in.
I mean, I can read backwards.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Mesmerine and Ultimate Smart, I could.
I could have read it backwards, probably.
So, Mesmerina, I will just say that you gave me the letters out loud as you read them, and Alton just kind of goes oblivious about, undeserving of.
Discarded. The What is
When you say a dash, this is where like you can't read
Name?
the rest of the word.
It's
I wonder if it's supposed to say family name.
It's a Desecrated. It's a desecrated.
Oh,
Oblivious about undeserving of desecrated.
oh, the dashes are the spots that are missing stuff.
Yeah, it's
Got
like
it.
where the ink is blurred.
Desecrated family held family
Promotion
motion
or promotion ceremony? I don't know.
Promotion ceremony.
Plan.
with
Gareth. So it sounds like your brother is plotting against you. I say that.
I didn't mean it to be all in capitals, but by the time I realized it, I was not retyping that. Oblivious but undeserving of desecrated. The family name Talbot will handle the promotion ceremony plan with Gareth. All right. Well, very much so. I believe that we need to have a conversation with my brother.
This feels very sinister
The entire thing feels
and
very-
mean.
Now, I do not like to think of that. I do not know. Ezrius, I am equally as confused.
You should hold on to that though. Keep it.
Lord Uptune, remind myself. Rochelle is my cousin, correct?
Rochelle is your cousin.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Let's pocket this for now. And we will come back to this. In the meantime, I am not sure if there's anything else in this room. What we can do in the meantime is we could step around and allow ourselves to investigate the room more, or we could leave it at that and leave. I am down for searching this room and giving it once for the next hour, if that is what we decide to do. But at least if we want to follow up on this information, the conversation with my brother must have had.
Oh, and I'm just gonna send you that small amount of the book that you read because I don't want to waste anybody else's time.
Of course. You know what I'll do? Actually, there's about time that we have someone in this room stop suckling off the tea to society, and I take the raccoon out. All right, you little thing. We're gonna need to figure out something in this room here. I would love it if you could climb on top of some of these desks and bookshelves, start looking around and see if you can find any crevices. Could you do that for me, little thing?
The raccoon is going to squeak, and he's going to busy himself. You can. Are you gonna do anything in the meantime while he's looking, or just chill?
Maybe there are other we could do other things, but I would love to look at this thing. No, hold on. I would love to backtrack a little bit. Ezrius had made commentary earlier about the family crest of the Locke family. Now, was that not in the book or anything with the lineage of the family? Because that would be something you might see there.
So, if you want to go back to the book, you can find it right away.
I would love to go back to that book and then give a nice little family show and tell situation.
Okay. So the crest of the Locke family is a flower. It's a celestial lily, and it's surrounded by it's like encased by an orb of blue light. So, Ezrius, you would know that the celestial lily symbolizes purity, nobility, and a collection to the divine. And it does grow in the night garden. As you're looking at this book, you hear a little thing make a little squeaking noise, and you can hear him rummaging over here in some plants.
Little thing, what do we have here? Everyone, take a look at this family crest situation real quick as I walk towards little thing.
Where is he?
Ezrius, catch. You were right. The family crest is written right there. Well, it might be something that we could at least look around this room. That it wasn't a bad thought process. The connections that we're finding around the Locke family in here are just too coincidental to not have something.
You know what's right now?
Of course.
Like, look at the frickin' map. There's frickin' huge ruin right there. The frickin' door.
I've been thinking about that the entire time, but there was a part of Alex Novak that did not want to be like, "Hey guys, maybe we should look at the very." There's three things in this room that are out of place, and one is the fucking fern in the bottom right out of
I
fucking.
didn't even notice it.
This little
Listen,
plant.
that's covering up the logo of
This
the map
little-
that I stole from.
I'm
Saying something plant looks.
yeah.
Well, they call their clock their head, so they should match.
I did not want to metagame and be like, guys, maybe we could look at the very clearly added plant situation here.
Well, it's not medic. Your character would have seen that in the map and
No, well, but like my character wouldn't say, hey, these plants are clearly a PNG file overlaid another one, and it clearly looks like they're floating above each other.
Oh, come on, it's beautiful.
And no, it looks great, but by all means, all wouldn't know that. He would just assume there's.
I thought that there were like flower pots on top of that table.
Yeah.
I did
No.
not.
noticed it.
Well, thanks, Nicole.
No,
I did not even know.
I did not want
And
to.
I'm sitting there going through the crest right in front of it, the chest.
I did not want to be that guy. You know what the
Oh,
funny
yeah.
part is? Jeff has mastered the form of not moving, and I have for a while I thought that his camera was frozen, but he's actually just still as a dead man.
I thought that too at some point.
Yeah, it's been very trippy on my part. So yeah, I walk up to Little Thing and be like, Little Thing, what do we see here?
The little thing starts digging through the plants, and you can feel like a rush of air
I
coming through them.
assist him in crawling and going through.
Okay, so guys, it's nighttime. It's nighttime. Okay, we'll move these plants. It shows that it's day, but it's night. It's an illusion.
It's a bunch of separate plants on top of each. Michael's gonna be laying down on his natural Japanese traditional mattress tonight, and he's gonna be looking at the ceiling like, "Fuck these plants."
Oh, and also this window's open, and you can feel like a little bit. Well, it's like partially open.
I wondered by my bird nipples, dude. I'm gonna kill myself.
Man, I hate to tell you, but like this is the first floor. So yeah, but this isn't directly positioned at the edge of the floating freaking island.
This building, this room is directly on the end of the island.
Yeah.
The edge.
Alton just looks back. See you later.
And he lands in a bush.
Little thing starts squeaking and freaking out.
Yeah.
It might kill Alton. If I fall from this window, it might kill Alton, so I'm not even gonna joke about that.
It's first floor. You're not gonna get hurt. You might get a scratch.
So
He goes at it like he's gonna fall into his death, and then he just falls like 2 feet.
So I look through this window and I start I want to take an investigation if I see any sort of footprints or any sort of
broken glass.
you said it was an illusionary plant situation, right?
And it was
Mhm.
just open. The window's open.
Well, it was
Right?
sort of open.
Oh.
And as far as the illusory plane thing goes, yeah, like one of these plants was illusory, and it was just about big enough for somebody to slip through. Which is that one. The rest of them are real plants. But okay.
Illusion. The Talbots do illusionary work. I met Cecil Talbot in the ballroom, and he's like big into illusions. And if that plant was illusionary, I wonder if
The
he.
connection is not so far off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mesmerina, good thinking, of course. I think as a group, and Ezreus and Mesmerina, of course, do not let me make the decision for you. I think we should get the fuck out of here. How's that sound for everyone?
Ezreus, you are aware that it is almost dawn.
No, to clarify, at some point I will have to think about what happened to me in detail and deal with that trauma. But I do not feel that the appropriateness is right now. Guys, I'm gonna be completely frank with you. My night has been fucking god awful. I was taken advantage of in a way that has made me feel very vulnerable. I think that somebody was
The
trying to
man, Talbot's the illusionary guy. Maybe
maybe
he's a suspect.
maybe to continuously cover the
Because he
tracks.
escaped out there, maybe?
We know that. So
He
Elsie,
changed his shirt in there. There was a hanger missing. So he got
yes,
rid of his inked shirt.
to get you up to speed, we know that a man that was a part of the group that uh, sexually was about to take advantage of me.
You wish.
I do not wish. It just felt really rapey in the moment.
I mean, they just wanted to see, but okay.
Load up to it.
Hey, I'm not about to like,
Load
advocate
up
for
to
these
it. I ain't
people.
never heard a more rapey statement in my entire life than I want to see it when someone is passed out from drugs that were forcibly given to him.
all right,
Anyway,
fair enough.
not the point. Point is that while someone was trying to take advantage of me, Mesmerina and Vakash came to my rescue. Mesmerina threw a bottle of ink at one of them. We were able to track the path that they took to this room. We know that from that closet there was a missing shirt and the dirty ink covered shirt was there. We know that Mr. Talbot, as Mesmerina said, is an enthusiast in the illusionary arts. We understand that he did need to make some sort of an escape and did not maybe want to go through the front door after sneaking in here. I still very do believe that these bookshelves are also pictures on top of pictures. Uh, but, and we do know that something to do with this room, maybe coincidentally, my family is involved. Now, this could be just something that they use to escape. Maybe there is more to this room. I don't know, but personally, I'm coming up on a little short in that department on what to do. It's actually only been like 40 minutes. It's closing time, boy. Last chance call for alcohol, so give me your whiskey.
So what's the plan? Are we gonna go to sleep and sleep the day away, or are we gonna continue to be on the KCK?
I didn't memorize the size of shit. You know what? Before we leave, I think we should just tear down every single bookshelf in this room.
Man, you totally can because, yeah, they're all fake.
No, I would
This
imagine.
is a
I would
clock
imagine.
right here, right?
Imagine we need to tear it down for us to realize the bookshelves.
I met a man in the ballroom named Cecil Talbot. and he is an illusionist performer. He's also being mentored by Theron Vale, who offered to mentor me, but I met all of them in the ballroom, and I know that that book was opened up to, the family nonsense involving Talbots. So it kind of wouldn't be crazy to think maybe he was in here. I don't know.
Like, I can see how it would with our
I would like to clarify that anything that might involve my family, I would not want it to be a public outcry until we know the absolute dirty details of what is happening. If that is the case, I, I understand that might be a biasness there, but as
never open the house. The rod slips into the shirt. Our sleep would be try to
Ezris, I don't plan to pretend to know what your life is like, and I will never say that I do. But these are my people, and yes, of course, if something is happening that is truly despicable, and my brother happens to be involved in, I want to do everything that I can to protect him. I want to do everything that I can to make sure that I do what I can to make sure that he's safe. Now, if he is the direct perpetrator and a person that is breaking the law in such an egregious way that is a danger to the poor, then we will take care of it. But I do not, if I do not want the spotlight to be shined so far on my family, these people that have taken care of me in a way that I could never have had in any other life, to be ruined so flagrantly.
especially when you're
I don't mind. Let's keep, if you guys want to keep this up, and we'll trail down through this window and see if we can find the physical clues that take us to where we need to go. I'm down. I'm ready for that. But before we just shine the for lack of better terms, I understand that your power and your reach and your influence is strong, Ezrius. The position that you have, I think that the position that you have is probably stronger than mine. I am a graduate navigator. I'm like I'm the adopted son of a powerful family, absolutely, but I am still nothing more than an unwanted bastard of a family that is a nobody, taken in by people with greater elevation in society than I have. Ezrius, I understand that you can do more than I ever could, and I appreciate that offer. I do, for especially for a person that you just met today. Let's just give it a bit more time, please. Thank you.
So are we leaving this place?
We're checking. We are following this trail, Mesmerine, and I can understand that you are itching to go with your illusionary magnifying glass in hand.
Oh, that was a dud.
that is a workaround. Let's say you create the minor illusion of a magnifying glass, and then you fail to fake. Then you would use it when it works.
Yeah, like when you make a magnifying glass, do you purely make a magnifying glass in the sense of just its visual properties of what it looks like, and not its actual functional usage?
Fail, you try to use it. Would it inherently not work because it's an illusion? Or would you fail
Mm.
and have the illusion create the magnification because it's working because you're failing it, would that mean that it would actually work as a good time?
Yeah, that is a super interesting thought process. Like, I think that like there'd be a part of me that as like a DM, I think there's a part of me that would almost just be like, yeah, sure, fuck it, right?
You would
But
almost have to succeed in the, illusion or whatever throw, because then you could your mind can make you believe that, you're so falling for the illusion that you're like, I can see through this magnifying glass.
yeah, but then there's the thought, right? Then the next thought you would have is, regardless of what your mind believes, the
Mhm.
ability of a magnifying glass is specifically determined by its physical properties. And as an illusion, without it actually having the physical properties, regardless of whether or not you believe it is something or not,
It just
doesn't
can't work.
actually, yeah, because you might believe that the illusionary cheese is cheese, but you're not going to smell the cheese, right?
Or
However,
you try to eat it.
yeah, the
Yeah.
real question is that when you make the illusion, is I would almost make someone roll an intelligence check to understand the properties of the magnifying glass enough that when they make the magnifying glass, it would be representative of the real life properties it has.
Yeah,
Kind of,
I guess minor illusion is more of an image. It's like a picture of
yeah,
something,
like
so
like
not
like
the actual object.
like let's say you want to make in your head, you're like, I want to cast minor illusion to create pepper jack cheese, right? If you've never seen pepper jack cheese, you would never know that pepper jack cheese is kind of spotted with like little red and green pieces of pepper. So you might just make like a slice of cheese. But if you know what pepper cheese looks like, pepper jack cheese, you would make that slice of cheese to be more accurate and representative of its real life thing, which would be the same as a magnifying glass. So you would
But
almost
if you were creating that to feed a mouse or something, is the mouse gonna really eat the cheese?
I mean, it would be hard for a taste for like the image of speckles,
right,
but
but
maybe like for like maybe you're eating it, but it's like, oh, I can't see that. You can't see that. You know, same thing. There's an idiot who do something.
yeah. Like an illusion that gives you the ability to extend your physical properties past what you normally would do without that item.
Because inherently, if it's not illusion, there's no chance that you even have to roll it because it's just always, it's just like, well, it's not going to work because it is. You can't create.
Yeah, honestly, I think that like maybe at that point you'd almost want to say, hey, I'm going to allow that to strictly be like a major illusion thing. Or maybe even like I would incorporate a roll on top of the minor illusion to do that. So it's not just like such an easy thing where you can create like busted ass items that are like very much so an incredible benefit. To say like, hey, I'm just going to use a minor illusion to create like a telescope. Um, yeah, that's interesting.
All right, so we following this or what?
Yeah, we're out.
Okay, the window's slightly open, so I mean you can break it, but okay. So you break it. You jump through the slightly open window and you break the rest of the glass that's in your way. Alton and Mesmerina, I'm guessing you're following closely behind,
Yep.
correct?
Mhm. Yep.
Following.
Yep.
Um,
I'm
so
invested in this.
you are heading out into the small, enchanting garden that surrounds the great ballroom. It's not as large as Azrace's garden, but it's beautiful and romantic nonetheless.
It fucks for sure.
Which
Yeah,
garden was this, Alex?
this
Did you
is
call it?
The day garden.
This is the
this
day
is
garden?
this is not the day garden. This is just a
Okay.
small. This is like the grand ballroom, just a
That's what I thought.
small garden. The night garden and the day garden are enormous. This
That's
is
what I
just like
thought. Okay.
a small one. Stop. Okay. So strangely enough, and I don't really have an image of this, but hey. As you enter this area, you see that a table is lit up. It's just it looks like someone has like dragged a makeshift table out into the middle area, and there's candles all over this table. Ezrius, you might think like, hey, I saw some candles earlier. And Alton, these candles nap you into a memory. It's something about their sickly sweet scent. They sort of remind you of dusty books, and they remind you of your time in Atmos Mesa. And makes you think of a certain individual. The name comes to your head in like a shuddering wave. Norman Talbot. The last time you saw him, you were standing in the courtyard of Atmos Mesa College. The sun was setting, and these candles were burning in the evening to provide light for all students who rose early enough to see the first grades posted. These candles were everywhere, illuminating the grades that were posted on the brick wall. Can you think about an argument? The argument had started over something seemingly trivial, a debate about grades. Norman had always been competitive, his ambition sharp-edged, and Alton, you remember that you unwittingly struck a nerve, as you sometimes do. So, you had been standing outside of Professor Lauren's office waiting for your final marks to be posted. The results of a major project, one that spanned the entire term, were about to be released. Alton, you were confident in your work. You spent countless hours perfecting every detail, pushing yourself beyond what the project required. Norman, on the other hand, had taken a different approach, relying on his charm and his connections to ensure his success. You remember Norman thought highly of himself and thought of himself as charming, but people worked with him reluctantly, and you always viewed him as somewhat socially awkward. Anyway, so when the grades went up, you had quickly scanned the list, and your eyes had fallen on your name, listed first, with the highest mark in the class. And you feel this like wave of relief rush over you, but the feeling was short-lived as Norman's voice cut through the air. That can't be right, Norman had muttered, staring at the board in disbelief. His name was lower down, farther than he expected, and yours is all the way at the top. There's no way you got a higher grade than me.
Alton then would look at him and say, well, hard work will always outweigh connections, Norman. Remember that.
You can see Norman's face flush with anger, and he stepped closer, his voice rising. No, you don't get it. I deserve that top spot. You... And he points at you. You're just lucky. You always have been. You think because you follow the rules, everything will just fall in place for you. Well, guess what, Alton? The real world, it doesn't work like that.
I mean, I don't want to in-game make this kid feel bad, but Alton will just laugh at him. And not in a way where he's like boisterously like, in almost like a comically evil sense, but almost in like a really dismissive sense to what he said. Almost like when a child says something that's kind of dumb, and it's not something that you actually have any meaning to, or there's no indication that Alton's gonna respond to them. He just kind of laughs at what he says in a very dismissive way.
You can see Norman's eyes darkening and his fists. He starts clenching his fists at his sides. You think you're better than me, don't you? Just because you're the teacher's pet. You're the teacher's pet, aren't you? You're just the teacher's pet. You wouldn't have gotten anywhere without Lauren's help, and everyone knows it. You know Professor Lauren. He likes you more than anybody else. Anybody else?
And again, Alton is not giving this guy the time of day in his ramblings. Because to Alton, this is just another fucking Wednesday. This might be a big deal. This might be a big deal for Norman Talbot, but for him, Alton, in this might be a thing that Alton is a little bit conceited in himself. That he works really fucking hard, and that's why he expects himself to be on top. He knows his expectation that he has to meet. He knows his family expectation that he has to meet, and he knows the hours that he puts in. So this isn't the first person, nor it's going to be the last person that's probably going to be mad at Alton for doing well. When he, by all means, especially for people that have this idea of pure blood and royalty and regency and kind of being of a higher class, that Alton is used to being hated on for the fact that, very well known, he is a adopted Kenku from a side of Vapor that most of these people have never seen in their entire lives.
And he was born with meth in his veins.
Magical meth, baby.
So what's your response? You're just like not saying anything, or are you just laughing, or?
No. After because Alton's gonna do this thing that he normally does when people do this. He laughs a little bit when he first says it, and then after his whole response about being a teacher's pet, he will look at Norman, and he will say, "I am sorry that your disappointment in yourself is so great that you feel the need to dodge the responsibilities and the failures of your own actions. Now, if you excuse me, I have work that needs to get done." Norman.
Norman is silent for a second, and it looks almost like he's like gonna punch you. Like he's kind of like moving his arm around, like he's like ready to punch you. But
Level
instead,
1 Alton, this will fuck him up for sure.
yeah, he takes a step back, like a slow step, and his expression gets cold. You're gonna regret that, Alton. You think you've won because of one grade? But I'll make sure you never forget this. One day you're gonna be the one begging for help. And then you're gonna see how. You're gonna see. We'll play some funny games, Alton. And Norman turned around and walked away. And Alton, you're snapped back into reality from that memory. Keep in mind, this was a memory of Alton's time in Atmos Mesa when he was going to college.
That's what I thought. I was like, this Norman dude's out here in this garden.
No, this was triggered because supposedly Norman has set up this table full of candles, and these were candles from Atmos Mesa, and it made Alton think of that one time when he got in the argument with him. Alton, you do see that there is a note on the table, or somebody else could read it as well. Oh yeah. Ezreus, you pick up the note and try to read it, but you can't. You put it back down.
Is Ezreus illiterate?
Yes.
Or he's pretending to be.
Supposedly he's dreaming. Right now.
Yeah, I guess if Ezreus, what is that?
What is that?
What? You can't read? Now that is... you know what? You're absolutely right, but if you ever want to talk about that, not the time. May I please see it? Well, thank you, Ezreus. appreciate you. Let's see here.
Okay. So you read the note, and it says, written hastily, piece of ripped parchment. It says, good job making it this far. You always were the smart one. Find me if you want to. Confront me all you want, but this is just a distraction at the end of the night. For what it's worth, Gareth hates you too. This was his plan. And it's signed NT.
That was a note on this table out here.
Yeah, with
And I
all the
do-
candles.
And I will
Yeah.
read that out loud.
So, Mesmerina, you'll notice that, don't get them confused. Cecil Talbot is the illusionist. Norman Talbot is his brother.
Got it. Yeah, I was gonna say NT
Yeah.
is Norman, and I was
Mhm.
gonna say is his last name Talbot because I don't know if that
Yeah.
was said earlier. I missed it.
There's lots of Talbots.
But they are related. They're brothers.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Got it. Well, maybe he does illusionary work also.
Oh, the Locks are the ones that have sex with each other. The Talbots are the ones not so worried about pure blood.
Also remember the Talbots do not want to do that, but the Locks, they'd be cool with that.
That's what she just said, babe.
Oh, sorry. I guess she broke up a little bit. I didn't catch it all. Alton looks at the paper and says, "That is upsetting to see in the breed."
Please. What message?
What I would love from you and Mesmerina, if you would so choose you, I would be honored, both of you. Honored by the
Yes.
At the end of the night, I love to confront Norman Talbot about his little game, And I know that whatever brother's going through, we can talk it out. He might hate me. That's fine. I understand. I understand that factor. But I would love it if you help me have that conversation. You all.
I'll join you.
I put my feather in.
You put your feather in?
Yeah, this joke.
Okay. So, you all probably know where the Talbots live. Let's see. Looking at my map here, really quick, just to get an accurate image of how long it would take you to get there from the Grand Farm. Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Are we gonna call it here by any chance?
We could. I think that might be good.
I do want to watch the Lions game at 8, and I did not think we would keep going
sure.
past 7.
Oh, I thought it was at 8.
Go to 8, but
It's at 8:30, isn't it?
I think it's at 8.
Oh, I thought it was at 8:30.
Well, yeah, we can definitely call it here. And then just so you know, you guys are right next to the Skyline station, and you can ride that Skyline station.
It's at 8:20, by the way.
I'll pay.
A little bit closer to this transfer station, and then you can walk through the day gardens to get to House Talbot. It shouldn't take you that long.
Wonderful.
So, do you want to do this next week, or are we just doing it?
I guess it just depends. I mean, if the game's at 8:20, you said.
It is, yeah, not
So
8.
I have 40 minutes, so I guess it just depends on how long this next event would take. If it would take more than 40 minutes, then probably yes. Maybe next week.
Yeah, let's just call it here, and then we can work in Jess and Dustin's thing. Like the main thing is like once the hunt happens, like you guys are all gonna be a full party. It's just, and I'm trying to get you guys to be together as much as I can, but things just keep happening.
Hundy.
Yeah.
I mean, Mesmerina and Ezreus were in. Dargila,
Yeah.
drunk.
Well, she's not drunk.
No,
because
she was cured.
Uriel cured her. Yeah. So yeah,
I'm just
we
really
will.
tired.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Now
for
she
clearing
found.
the-
Now
Jeff's
she found her
clearing
house.
Jeff is clearing
Yeah.
the chip dip out of his throat to say that right now. Dude,
And
that
then-
salsa looks great, dude. Looks good.
Dargila, I want you to roll at 1d2 for me, please.
Hang on, let me remember how to type.
Reassure space 1d2. Okay, so here's the deal. A little bit of what happened on with Dargila's night is when Thorn was walking away down the street, he did happen to turn around, and about 2 minutes after you got in your door, you heard him knocking on your door.
He came back.
Hello?
Todd, it's Thorn.
Hey, what's going on?
I was just wondering, I mean, I know we haven't known each other that long and all that, and I don't know your state of mind, but I was wondering if you would allow me to come in.
Well, yeah, of course. Is there something wrong?
No, I just... And then you can see that Thorn is looking at you in a way where Lyra was sort of looking at you in this manner back at the Grand Ballroom. I was just wondering if, you would ever be interested in making on, or taking our relationship to next level.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You've been nothing but kind to me, and I think it's definitely we can definitely give it a try. I'm not gonna say it's gonna turn out because this city's just so full of so many people, but we can definitely give it a try.
Well then, perhaps. And he's gonna take a step forward and sort of like brush one of the tendrils of hair on your body back. Maybe he would let me stay the night.
Well, I don't see any reasons why not. You seem like a nice enough guy.
Alright.
Come on
And then
in.
he's gonna close the door slowly behind him. And that's where we're gonna end this session. And you can describe what happened between you and Thorn next week.
The wolf
All right,
man.
I'll try to do some thinking on the matter.
Alright. I mean, somebody's gotta get some action.
A
Okay.
lizard and a wolf.
Yeah. Alright, well. That does it for this week. Yeah, so next week I guess we're going to be confronting Norman Talbot, figuring out what happened when Nova followed the really secret ceremony and when Vakosh went to go talk to Cyrus about this planet that's apparently going to crash into Faerun. And maybe Azarius will talk a little. Maybe he'll run into Uriel again and see what's going on with that. About Uriel's warning about to stop taking the memory potions. Nah.
What's his name? Nah.
So yeah, current things that people are working on. Alton's pursuing vengeance. Ezreus maybe feeling suspicious about these memory potions he's been taking and his allegiance with Aurora.
not to clarify, I am not seeking vengeance. I am caught up in the web of someone else's vengeance. That
Yes.
again was just another Wednesday to Alton.
You know, getting good grades and laughing in someone's face, just another Wednesday.
I mean, like when you hear like because I'm guessing that Alton like again because Alton was a person who is not of that level of regency, and he is like floating around so many people of that level. There is probably a set amount of animosity that he just kind of had to like deal with, right? And that
Oh
became
yeah.
like his natural response would to be like almost flippant at the people because there's a part of him that had to realize, hey, it's not your fault that they are frustrated with the work that you are putting in.
Mhm.
And so yeah, just another Wednesday.
All right.
Alex, thank you so much. This is great. This is a lot of fun.
Mhm. Yeah.
Awesome session.
Yeah, thank you.
Also,
No
Yeah,
problem.
it was awesome.
after our first combat, first thing Alton's doing, we're looking for some leather to put on underneath this fucking vest because I don't know. Are you guys wearing armor? What? You have light
Michael
armor?
he's in leather.
Yeah. Um, if you want to just next time you're at your family house, just pick up some leather because I'm sure the Lyanders have a great deal of
Yeah,
equipment.
I just feel like I don't want to roll. I don't want to like metagame it too much to go out of my way to get it. But
I can
like,
cast some on you.
But keep in mind that you know that tomorrow night is the hunt, and you already did the hunt, so you
yes,
know that you're gonna need some equipment.
prior to the hunt, I think Alton will like go back to and like because I in my mind I imagine because this is like my third my third time
Oh,
through.
Irie. Second,
Um,
but yeah,
yeah, second.
because
My
you
second.
don't have to do it every year. It's only for recent graduates. Only recent graduates have to do it.
But this is like my third time through the actual
Courting season.
courting season, so I
Hmm.
know about the hunt in detail. So I would imagine
Yeah.
that I've at least Alton seems like the type of guy that would have prepared in depth for the hunt. So I will have to grab that at some point because yeah, this 12 AC ain't solving any fucking
Mm.
problems.
Oh, you're gonna get whomped.
I'm gonna get my I'm gonna get my
Yeah.
butt pushed in for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
We need to level up before the hunt. We need to level up before the hunt.
Well, if we get, I don't know, depending on what happens with your character, I might be able to get you up to level 5. I don't care.
I'll take it.
It's hard. It's hard. So I wouldn't mind
One
a level up.
yep,
I
I
have a
wouldn't mind
quick
it.
question. So
Mhm.
I was not to bring up the eyeglass thing again, but I
Mhm.
do think I found a spell that I have that maybe would have worked, and I wanted to ask you guys. Um, so this one says that I could create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that can fit in my hand that lasts until the end of my turn. Would that allow me to use it?
Same thing, I feel like, because
It's
So
the same thing. Okay.
philosophy kind of thing where, well, the fact that you are
in this situation, Nicole, based off of like the best way to kind of view this is by reading the spell itself.
Oops, I didn't mean to send that again.
Prestidigitation specifically says you create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect. So whatever happens like that, like poof, smoke, or blinding light, or a little sparkle shadow, like a
But a trinket.
but a trinket is
Yeah.
something that stays. It is not an instantaneous thing that
But
comes.
it says it's part of this thing that I can create. Or
You
trinket or an illusionary image
yeah, but
that
again, the
at the
illusion
end.
you can have if you cast a spell multiple times, you can have up to 3 of its non and
It's
you
right above that.
make a color, small mark, or a symbol appearing on an object or a surface whenever. You create a non-magical trinket or illusionary image that can fit in your hand that lasts until the end of